going to be covering the semi-finals and then the grand final of the Gaming Grid's TF2 Frag Fest European version number 12. Ali, Admirable, we've just been casting some arguably less skilled games than this. Are you hyped to see some real competitive high-level TF2 action?
Well, it's arguably for a reason. I mean, everyone knew the games from that last tournament, you know, sort of Pigeon, Captain Thundercock, those kind of people. Who is Cadus? Who's Stark? Who are these names? Can you enlighten us? More or more of a low-tier Crusader. What can you tell us about these guys? Admirable.
I don't know. I don't get invited to cast the top tier events anymore. Got blacklisted for I-55. Maybe Sideshow is the man with the info. The names do ring a bell, but you know they're not the household names like you mentioned there. Captain
like
Thundercock,
Pigeon and Captain Thundercock, the classics. The
Citromand.
So let's have a run through the rosters then and enlighten people, because we don't really have any actual teams participating in this. It's just a lot of mishmash mixes, and they're all kind of in the position where they're making new teams for season 22 or changing their rosters around or just figuring out what the hell they're doing for the next 3 months. But on the red team here for Elite Gamers, we've got on Medic F2, I think. They're playing with some different classes at the moment, but I think F2 is going to be on Medic, Kratos on Demonman, the Soldiers, Captain and Zoob, and the Scouts Atomic and Bash. Well, quite a formidable roster, not too bad, not too shabby.
Definitely can't be overlooked. I wouldn't want to underestimate them. This is the time of the season, or you know, the competitive calendar. I love the pre-season. Everyone's playing loads of pickups, and they're more than happy to throw teams together to play in cups like this. On the blue team, we have Heart. We love Chrissy Costanza. Heart. I think they really love Chrissy Costanza. I don't know what that is. I'm too old. But playing Medic 20. It's going to be Serotonin. On Demoman will be young Kato Jason Allen, aka Michael Jackson, back from the grave. On the Scout will be Ethug and Starkey, formerly known as Tony the Tiger, or Tony Le Tigre for French viewers out there. And we will have Amps playing as Ampus here on Soldier. Tiger, it will be roaming, I guess. Amps on Pocket.
I'm not even sure, to be honest. Both of those players normally play Pocket, and both of them aren't very comfortable with playing Roamer, so whoever they put on Roamer is going to not be having too much fun, but I think probably Tiger, as the less accomplished soldier, will be shoved onto that Roamer role.
Is that how you see yourself?
Yeah, that's always the way with me. Everyone wants to play Pocket. You get all the heals, you get all the frags, but it's just down to who beats who in MGE.
You played in a team with Tiger, right, Sideshow?
No. He was backup for one of my teams at some point. He was backup for Elo Girl and played once.
You have tipped him for great things, or you've
he's all right.
Seen his potential.
Good. Yeah, he's not too bad. I'd place him at the moment kind of top high. He could play top high as Pocket, but needs a bit more experience before he could play at a Prem level. So we'll see how he fares against these mixes, because I mean it is essentially an assortment of mid-Prem players, really. There's a few high-Prem players sprinkled in there as well, but I mean solidly mid-Prem, these mixes, and don't quite have the same team cohesion, but they're going to be locking horns today. We're going to see some big DM plays, I'm sure, rather than some well-executed pushes, but that's always fun. We want to see the air shots, right?
Absolutely. This is kind of like the next level up from a Pugme. You know, we've got a high-level mix going on here. But there is $100 US on the line, 75 for first and 25 for second. This is only the semi-final, of course, so only one of these teams will even get a chance to play for that money as we go live.
And keep an eye on the Elite Gamers in red, because I think Kratos is trying to make a team, and some of these guys you may see featured in a Season 22 team, so this might not be so much of a mix as we think. But as you say, yeah, live on our first mate, Kratos and Cadus exchanging a little bit of spam. Cadus a little healthier, and Bash and Stark are going to go head-to-head in a little 1v1 around that. Oh, but dropped instantly by the stickies from Cadus.
You call him the master of Skippy for no reason. It's Ethug now is the member of the team. Captain bombs high, trying to rescue this broken situation for his team, but Cadus is right there in his face, hits him with a sticky. In comes Kratos, but Cadus again with a sticky. Ethug and AMS go down, but it's just going to be Bash alive. I don't think they know where he is. Yeah, Tiger's looking behind actually. Bash is stealthing his way around. Don't know if he got seen there, but oh yeah, they're looking for him. He's not going to get past Stark. and solid beginning. Cadus and Ethug. Brutal.
I love that Bash has reverted to his original full username, Bash at Laser22. That's just the username he entered for the cup, but I remember when that kid burst on the scene. Who was he playing for first? Faggot Brigade or something?
Was it Button Bashers?
Yeah,
Or
they
did
were.
he play for
They were
Faggot
Faggot Brigade as well.
Oh, I see. Right. Okay. Yeah, that group of individuals, was that his full name at that point as well? Bash at
Bash
Laser
at Laser,
22,
yeah.
playing against Darmduck69. It's brilliant.
Ninja Sentry Gun actually juggles Tiger up there, but the Uber has only yielded that one Sentry Gun kill. Nice defense so far from Elite Gamers. Zub walking forward with that Fat Man spun up full. They haven't found that many frags. It's 4-on-1 in fact. Kratos. Can he do it? No he can't.
That would be a bit of a task to take down all 4 of those players on 4 HP. He can afford to give each one of them 1 health, and then he's out of the fight. Yeah, that first mid though went disastrously for them, because F2 just kind of frolicked into the path of a big sticky trap and just munched that. Cadus keeping an eye on where his stickies had landed from miles away. See if he does the same thing again. He's just kind of laying them down, sniping them. No, he has dead sticks, so there's no sticky trap for F2 to wander into this time. Atomic going to be playing underneath as Zub gets a bit of aggression on the flank, but is taken down by Tiger there, who is going to be playing that roaming role, I think, for his team. Starks found another frag on the medic, and they really need to get onto Serotonin. But everyone's so far out. Kratos and Atomic, the only 2 left alive. In comes the bomb from Kratos. He's going to attempt to come in, but actually skip jumps over his own sticky that he put down, and it flies off into the respawn queue. Oh, here we go then. Atomic. Nah, nothing happening.
He's being rebuked here by Ethug, but he's going to win that fight. No problem, but he's being flanked by Ams. Does he realise that he's managed to jump, but he's stunned and lands straight down on another rocket there. And Atomic not getting spawned for 15 seconds means it's going to be 5-on-5 here as they push into last. The Ubers just faded. They've already got themselves another frag, but Captain's about to walk up in behind a clump of players. He's pumping out the rockets. He's trying to kill off Stark here. Seems to be some sort of personal vendetta there. He could have gone for Cadus or the medic, but it's not going to work out for him, and it will be another quick round on the board for We Love Chrissy Costanza.
And the league gamers here really need to get their heads in gear. F2 just keeps going down at the beginning of the mids. Like they're pushing Zub and a scout in through the cafe area, and they're getting shut down by Tiger and occasionally Stark on the high ground, just outside the cafe. And if they instead had their roaming players pushing down the left, and Zub again is going to go down the cafe, and Stark knows he's going to be there, he's just barreling straight into him. Actually, Zub gets out a decent rocket this time, and Tiger's going to be playing on the high ground. They've got a fairly decent position. In comes Zub as well. Bit of a skip jump, trying to get onto people, but Ethan's already taken him down. And the We Love Chrissy Costanza group are just eating this aggression.
Oh, Ams comes in, having gone to the cafe to pick up the med pack, comes in and finds a 3k there, kills off the entire retreating group there. Bash has just respawned on last. He is going to be playing as the scout, not choosing to off class, but he's going to try and hide here. And Ams is already jumping in. He sees him. Their eyes meet across the room, but Ams is going to go down, and Bash lives to tell the tale.
This game hasn't been so close so far. When we were talking about this tournament, it was this F2 team that we were just like, what? That's complete difference from the Open Rumble we were seeing earlier, but this Chrissy Costanza team, man, they're showing up. I'm excited to see them if they carry on like this against Mike's team in the final, but that's a way to go yet. Do you know if this is the best of 3, by the way? Or
it's the best one at this stage.
Best of 1, okay. Either way, we're going to see this Uber come into last, just rocking with Stark at the moment. The rest of the entire opposing team are in last, and finally they come up to contest Chrissy Costanza, and they've only got sort of 70% of the point captured round, and now Captain and Kratos are going to pick up these remaining frags. Kratos, of course, known for probably more medic play, but actually used to completely main demo, so he's not coming in raw there, as Cadus is going to try and get out, but he's met by Atomic, and now he's going to probably be sandwiched on the other side by Kratos coming in. He's still on 50 HP, can he pick up something? No, he can't, but AMS was there to back him up, managed to swap for the demo, but he went down too, so in favour of Elite Gamers.
They're going to be able to take this lighthouse. Actually, Stark and Tiger really want to try and contest this. And instead they're just going to get battered back a little bit. They don't have a Devilman and they don't have that second soldier on the field, but they're reluctant to give up their position, and they really want to play aggressive here, try and use their DM just to bully people back a little bit. They know that F2 has that uber charge right now though, and they need to start fleeing the scene. They need to get themselves set up on the other side of a choke point. Here comes Amps trying to get onto F2, does actually force off that uber charge. In comes the bomb from Tiger as well, just put himself in a really bad position. Was supposed to be jumping out there, but I think didn't have faith in Amps, and gives his life for it. He may get caught as well, but I think he's going to run out into the warm loving arms of Serotonin. They're going to be able to set up on second here. They got the uber out of them, but now they have an uber of their own to push in with, and the forward spawns from Tiger and Amps.
Elite Gamers need to play defensive right now. They waited so long to actually make their play. They're now at a huge uber disadvantage. So you're going to send Zubin! Gets the force out, but they also lost Atomic on the flank, so they mightn't be able to even contest their own CP2 here. Amps is already jumping in the floor. He's just going to stand on that ledge whilst Tiger walks in, and Kratos is totally alone here. He's been hung out to dry by F2. He probably thought he had the support of his combo there, but ends up sucking out in a 1v1 with no heals. Captain gonna be flanked from multiple angles there and focused down, and this is just really uncoordinated there. I feel like there's a clear voice lacking on the Elite Gamers side.
They need Kratos' main calls like they did from Dogs.tf. That's the team that he was main calling in last season.
Dogshit.tf.
Absolutely. They had a terrible run through the Insomnia 55 land, but they did pretty well in the season.
Yeah.
His guidance and leadership can take them to a victory here on CP Sunshine, I'm sure, but with Stark down, it has opened up a little avenue for them to get in. Amps is going to take a 1v1 against Zub on this right hand side. Amps getting 190 damage there onto Zub, but just can't quite finish that.
Eco's coming in last.
Didn't see Zub. Oh, he didn't see him there, just hiding on that right hand side, so he picked up that mini health kit and does get the frag on the scout, but they've had to drop back to deal with that, and now Uber's pretty much equal. They're just trying to get frags on the flank. They're just going to non-Uber push this. 3 down here from Elite Gamers. This could be bad. The spawn's just now going to come in though for Atomic. Can they save this?
Oh, Tiger, he just walked in from the right hand side, didn't even jump once, he just fired 4 rockets while walking along the floor. Old school soldier before you knew how to jump. But they still got this upper ground, and it looks like they're just gonna win through pure attrition of just shooting and using the higher ground to damage. But Zub is finally spawning. He jumps up onto that ledge, but there's nothing he can do because these heals from Serotonin are just gonna keep Efag alive, and Efag's on 100 HP, and they're just gonna cap it off, and that's gonna be 3-0. 3-0 at 21 minutes. We've seen worse today. We've seen worse.
I feel it all fell apart for them at that point when they were on their own second. And there was like 4 blue guys up, and they just watched them and waited for them to get their spawns and waited for them to get their Uber. If they just pushed, then easy round. But this is going to be a little bit of a punishing one for them. They're walking in, and Atomic is going to shoot the stickies to save F2's embarrassment on another mid fight. But both teams playing a little bit standoffish this time. Stark eats a big rocket from Captain there, and that is a key player in this middle, already weak. Atomic is trying to chase him down, but it looks like they're going to back off. A little bit off the back of that, a lot of weak players on the blue side, the health definitely favouring Elite Gamers, and so are the bodies as Tiger and Efag both go down. At least they did manage to keep Serotonin alive, so there could be a fight coming up here on CP2.
They've let them in for free around that choke point, and Serotonin Super just about now getting up. Kratos is trying to lead the charge, doing a lot of damage to people, and they've given up the high grab, but in comes Amps. He's going to try and get onto people, but a nice pipe from Kratos is going to neutralise that threat. They should just be able to bully Cadus and Serotonin out of here, really, without the Uber charges even having to be used. If they get used here, it actually favours the Chrissy Constanza fanboy group. Oh, F2 does actually counter pop. Cadus is going to go miles behind, setting up the rest of his team for a block here, though. I think he's going to aggress from the back as the rest of his team tries to bomb in. Here comes Cadus. Manages to get bashed, but then it gets piped down. But that's set the rest of his team up to try and contest on this lighthouse area.
It's built from Stark. Stark's just charging forward. Can he get a final shot? He does get the final shot onto F2. This has just got to be deathmatch now for Elite Gamers. They've got to get forward, get in the face of Serotonin. They don't have a medic, so they can't take the long fight. And yeah, Serotonin's going to be caught out of spawn. If they get this kill, they could actually push him to last. Cadus and Efag have spawn though. It's Captain and Atomic. Oh, but Tiger's coming back, so they're not going to be able to get that straight away. This is just going to be a reset when the medics spawn.
But he has switched over to the Kritzkrieg. F2 hailing from Denmark, running that crits. So he's going to be pumping that one up. Stark's actually on Spy as well, so I don't know whether he checked the Medigun but he's off to try and pick the medic either way. So he's off, down, up, around, just outside flowers now, waiting for his cloak and dagger to regen. And he's going to be getting a load of info for his team at the same time. But if he doesn't manage to get that pick, and they have the crit screen to push in with, it could be 3-1 before he can blink an eye.
I'm waiting for this play to happen.
He's just messing about at the moment. He needs to get up behind them.
Atomic's looking at him. Atomic's seen him.
Oh, and he's going to go down there. Captain's going down in return, though. Oh, Cadus! The death of Cadus there, and the crits coming in from the top right-hand side. Surely they're going to be able to pick this one up. Amps with the flank along with Ethug, and they might be able to defend this. Kratos and Atomic, the only hope here for the League Gamers. They've got so much time on the point. They are just going to be able to take that one. 3-1 Admirable.
Give us a sweat there. I mean, there's a lot to be said for running the pain train. If Kratos is at it, that cab would have come in instantly, but his scouts were there to lend a helping hand. 3-1 going to the 5th mid now. Still 18 minutes left in this. This has been fast and furious stuff. And we're going to see Keto rolling out from Floral here. And he's trying to land one around the choke area there. He's just going to set up a little minefield perhaps. But Stark runs straight into Kratos. Kratos has no protection on the right hand side. Stark knows he's done enough damage. He's going to turn his attention elsewhere. And the heals have to go to Kratos here. He's so weak, but I think that We Love Chrissy Costanza are setting themselves up for a slam dunk mid. Oh, beasted. Stark coming in with a 4K. 5 kills in about as many seconds. That was crazy. They just picked their moment and ran straight across point. It's really smart though what Stark did there. Like he did it. He meat shot Kratos, and he knew his health was so weak. Like Kratos was effectively out of the middle. He didn't even have to waste another shot on him. He turns around, regroups with his medic, gets buffs, and just makes sure that he can keep his key players alive there, his medic and his demo man. Like I don't know. You don't see many players behaving in that way. They'd be chasing frags, man. This guy's a genius. Hashtag I love Stark.
Diva's in from the right hand side here. Anderson Tiger leading it forwards again. Ton of cap time on the point actually, and everybody from League Gamers playing so defensively. Only Bash there on the Pyro really putting up any defense on the point. They're leaving it wide open for anybody to get onto. Tiger takes the opportunity, but Kratos finds him with a sticky. It's 2v2 as it comes down to the end here. Ethan and Stark, the only two left alive. They made mincemeat of the players on the mid fight. Can they make mincemeat of Kratos? They do. The distraction from Stark, and then Ethan comes in behind. 2-shot onto Kratos and takes him down. The scouts are running away with it here.
On to another mid fight then. The momentum as the wind has been taken out of League Gamers' sails here. They thought they had it figured out, but nope. They just got smashed hard in the previous round. And this time I'm going to be watching the Ams cam as he jumps up on a little mini spire there to contest Zoop and Kratos around pick, but my captain's jumping up here. Ams is just distracting 3 or 4 players here, but it's hard to see what way this is going to go. Ams does eventually get focused on. Captain comes in with a huge bomb onto Serotonin, but Kata's going to catch him with the stickies there to keep his medic alive. But it seems like this is slipping out. Atomic circling around behind. He finds E-Thug though to rebuff him, and he's going to give up that fight, but he's just hemmed them in there. They're kind of trapped at Floral, but they keep throwing themselves in one at a time. Katus is going to go down there to the bomb from Zoop, but Tiger with the shotgun takes down the Finnish roamer. Oh, huge plays. They can survive here, but they can't go for the force, surely. Serotonin's going to run. They're going to send in Tiger to see what he can get. FT does pop, takes the bait, and this is probably going to work out pretty well now for We Love Chrissy Costanza. Oh, not if they lose Ampus on that long spawn, but with Cadus coming up, they could have contested. Too late now, though, I feel.
It could have gone a lot worse. They were trapped in that floral area for so long. Ethan tried to make space by going back and contested, but the scout who was fighting had a soldier to back him up, and so they were instantly hemmed in with them. They were just so lucky that Serotonin got a Zuber in time and could get them a way out of there. And yeah, getting the force out of F2. I think like having even disadvantage on last is definitely the best they could have got out of their situation, so really well played.
The Ubers are going to be equal as they defend last here. Bash is just taking a prod inside, and Stark once again is going to be up on that spy. He's probably checked the medigun info once again, but we'll find out that both of these teams are running the normal medigun, and now he's going to... Oh, he bumped into Zoop, and Zoop spied him, but Zoop thinks he's gone the wrong way. Stark's going to get out alive, and he's going to... Oh, that was lucky stuff by Stark there. Zoop just... he bumped into him and knew that he was there, but it just predicted a completely different path of movement. And Stark instead going to come up on the sniper and see if he can pick off Zoop that he ran into just a few moments before.
Well, this Elite Gamers team now are constantly checking behind. Like, half their players are spending the time just looking behind them to see where the spy is coming from. But Stark getting that shot ring out from Stark is going to confirm that they're pretty safe now, so they can move back forward. And definitely you don't want to be distancing yourself outside if there's a sniper on the field. Kate is going to be able to get some free spam from the side. Zoob is going to bomb in to try and get something to work from last, but he can't find the medic. Serotonin over on the right hand side. They are going to trade though. Stark not managing to find anything with sniper, and Zoob not managing to find anything with his bomb. So we're going to be resetting this situation. See if Zoob goes for some kind of pick class. I don't think I've ever seen.
Captain's in for the bomb. Captain's in for the bomb, trying to get onto Serotonin. He's been juggled really high up in the air there, and Serotonin doesn't take any damage from that bomb whatsoever. Captain fell to a clumsy, painful death.
I haven't seen that in ages. It's always been sort of finished off.
Oh, Serotonin took a huge pipe there though, just as the door was open. Takes some chip shot as well, down to 6 health. He's holding the Uber here forever, and then it runs through a sticky trap.
The back cab is on.
And F2 hasn't been forced either. They've just all rotated around. They still have their Uber to work with. He actually drops his players there. That's poor play by F2.
F2 doesn't realize Serotonin's behind him. There's a medic fight in lobby once the main action goes on around the point. But Serotonin gets 2 saws and wrecks the Danish legend.
And then Captain sneaks in behind and puts a ruin to his plans. Serotonin gets pasted there, but they have managed to push out. And I think the Elite Gamers there, they absolutely had a golden opportunity to take that run and make it 4-2. And F2 just dropped everybody in the Uber. They were all rotating around. They just needed to play the point and keep players alive with the Uber charge, and they just whiffed it.
Credit where credit's due. They had the higher ground there, and there was just some beautiful direct rocket from AMS that actually picked up those 2 frags. So it might have been worth a risk, but when they had completely out-rotated We Love Chrissy Costanza so much, then yeah, it would have been worth that early pop.
Have you seen the mediguns right now? It's crits versus crits here. Holy shit.
Both of the medics die in a medic v medic fight, and then they both pick crits, so let's see how this one's going to go. F2's got a better respawn, so he's got the crits a little quicker, but it's only going to be about 5 seconds. They've got an opportunity.
In a prime position.
Oh, Kratos has made the fatal error of not charging Sticky long enough, and he's bombed in. He's trying to get onto Serotonin. He actually hits him with a pipe, but that's all it's going to be. And now Serotonin has the crit streak to move forward with. But there's really nobody actually left alive here for Elite Gamers. It's the choice of, do you want to use the crits now just to get F2 down, or do you wait for them all to spawn and then use it in the next team fight?
Hold that shit. They have no idea that it's crits. Well, maybe they caught a glimpse, but like they're not expecting it. They're all focused on their crits play. But
takes down F2.
This is Keto's big opportunity to go huge here as well. But there's 2 players trying to flank. It is Bash at Laser 22 and Captain _ Zub also now hiding in the corner here. There's all sorts of misdirection going on around Floral, but I'm not sure if anyone's going to take the bait. Ethug is taking a peek here, but the crits is working its way through Cafe here. Kratos is trying to get his stickies up. Captain kills off Stark, but Ethug finds Bash. Captain with the shotgun now onto Ethug. He's going huge here. The crits still hasn't been popped off. They're working their way forward slowly but surely. Their health is bad, though. They are going to pop it off. Kiedis finds F2. Rest in peace. Huge crits play in the end.
And Atomic and Zub are really... Yeah, Atomic and Zub really weak as well. They're going to be able to find people. Ams is still kind of hanging around behind. He's in the lobby, actually. He was found in his little hiding place. He's going to take a 1v1 against Bash. Who's going in for that pickaxe kill right at the end there. But it's going to be Bash at Laser 22 who comes out on top. And F2's just got his respawn as well. But it's a huge Uber advantage for Serotonin. And the players are more healthy, even though they're 5v6.
Yeah, it's a beautiful sticky from Cadis, which actually won that for them. They had that crit for 60 seconds before actually using it, but it paid off really nicely. As Cadis is just spam onto the top of this point, it's going to deny the soldiers getting up there. The first frag comes in Chrissy Costanza's favour as Cadis hits another cannonball at that, and then Stark finishes off Captain with a return frag onto Cadis, but I think it's too little too late. With only 44% on F2 Zuba, they should be able to push through this left hand side. There's 5 seconds until Kratos respawns on demo, but I think they've just got manpower to muscle through at this point. They do pop the crits, trying to pick off F2 on the final blast, but it's Kratos that they need to focus if he's going to do anything at all, and he can't. Atomic's too late too, and we're going to go 5-1.
It is map point now.
10 minutes left.
The Mercy Rule could be affected in this round, and I reckon Stark running Sniper in the middle could change the pace of things. Could see a slightly more passive mid coming out of We Love Chrissy Costanza here, and this is like great because Elite Gamers know they have to go balls to the wall here. Stark is reading that. He's countering their hard aggression here by staying super passive and trying to abuse this sniper class.
Zoob went in for a bit of a bomb, is going to trade with Ams. Captain in as well, gets a nice wall shot. Oh, there's a headshot as well from Stark onto Bash, but Captain's really trying to pressure him down and starting to step away. Oh, but that sticky from 1,000 miles away does actually manage to frag the sniper there for Wheeler Chrissy Costanza, and Captain's in on the flank. He knows that he needs to take down these players.
Rockets are beautiful, but Cadus. Oh, that was a really nice play. Really nice best match from both of those guys.
He isn't able to find the Demoman or the medic though for the Chrissy Costanza fan club. And instead they have to be content with just kind of posting up on this second area. Elite Gamers, they want to break this.
What's F2 doing? F2's beating out Kratos again. Kratos is trying to hold the choke point, and F2 just stops healing him. They do get the Uber in time though, and the Uber's retreated. The back cap is real. Cadus and Ethug kill off Atomic, but now it's Zoob kills off Ethug. Zoob versus Cadus. A big rocket will kill him.
Oh my god, I can't believe he got that.
But the medic's back.
Serotone's here. Serotonin.
He's got a Serotonin.
Zoob.
No way.
Oh, not to the point.
I can't believe he said that.
That's insane stuff from Zoob to win a 1v3 at the end there.
That's incredible.
A 1v2 and then to come back and kill the medic on 5 health. Sarathon only had to hit 1 arrow, or anybody just had to hit anything on him, but Zoob going huge to make this 5-2, pulls them back into the game. They're not at match point anymore. And 8 minutes left on the clock. There's still enough time for them to get back into it. Still enough time, but they need another good mid.
They do. And we're going to see the Chrissy Costanza team take the left-hand side in this. Cadus again with a vital pick taken off. Kratos and Zoob this time won't be able to get that flank play, which created so much space in previous rounds. He's just going to have to back out really low. How Captain still comes in, but he can't find shots into any crucial targets. It's going to be 6 up, as AMS is going to be the first casualty, but he takes down F2. And a massive response to that last round loss. It looks like that Scout is just going to try and get out Atomic. He's down to a 1-on-1 versus Stark. And Stark's going to take no prisoners. And it's going to be a second point. Probably straight push on to last. They've got 100% advantage.
If this goes straight back to 6-2 here, it's going to be demoralising for the Elite Gamers. They do manage to find that frag onto Tiger, but they're just going to rotate around and use the Uber from the top left from the defender's point of view. Zoob's really far forwards as well, so he's not on the defense whatsoever. Stark's Uber isn't really going to find anybody, so they're just going to play the point though. Oh my word, Serotonin gets blasted miles and miles away there in the middle of his Uber, and now all the red players come in swarming onto the point. I don't think they're going to lose anybody, and now the time is ripe for them to push out and attempt to make this 5-3. They really need some momentum, but Ams is still on the lower entrance. He's going to meet with Zoob. They're going to try and trade rockets. A mid-air collision by both of them, and Ams and Zoob trade their lives, but really it's Zoob that got the better end of that because he was blocking a back cap attempt.
Ams did have a less health though, so, you know, if you're talking about in the MGE stakes, Ams big winner there. Underdog in that fight. The cockfight. Where it is, Commander Thundercock, nobody knows, but we're here casting this scrub game. And F2 has a charge. Kratos has gone down though. Ethug is sneaking in for that frag, and now put the pressure onto F2. Ethug going huge, and now F2 is standing here with an Uber wondering should he push, but he's already 2 players down, and Serotonin is coming in with Tiger through choke. He's been flanked
by Captain.
Oh my god. Captain kills off Serotonin. F2 all alone in middle. Atomic trying to fight out behind enemy lines. F2's going to retreat and regroup. And with Serotonin down, F2 will still have an advantage once he starts finally healing someone.
He will. He's got about a 15% Uber advantage. I don't think it's really going to make that much difference. Cadus setting up some stickies in cafe area. May get a slight pick, but everybody from... Oh, look at Ams already in! Manages to get the frag on F2 already. Ams playing that Roma role and really going ham. I mean, he's just playing so aggressively, and the team of Elite Gamers, they're just not holding the flanks properly. They don't have a scout width to deny. F2's just getting picked off again and again. It's not his fault at all, it's just the flank route's not being covered. No team cohesion from this the mixed team, admittedly, of Elite Gamers. Look at the aggression.
It's a mixed team each, well, it's a mixed team each side, really. Either way, Captain is going to actually be the one who comes in. Atomic tried to do some damage before, but together they managed to take down the medic of Chrissy Costanza's fan club. And actually, it's just going to turn into a raw deathmatch here, trying to keep F2 alive. And they're actually going to manage it, Elite Gamers. So far, it's just Starkey and Ethug now trying to get the last frag. Starkey's gone under. He's going to be coming around the side. F2's looking really hesitant. Managed to get themselves some med pack. And they are actually going to back off enough to keep the medic alive. They've lost point pressure, but That doesn't matter. As long as they got the Mega alive, they're going to have a massive advantage. Starkey's still there, though. Still winning 1v1s underneath. Takes down Atomic. He's just going to try and slow this team up as much as possible. He's going to end up running out to the point, but he's going to be met by a soldier, so he's going to run all the way back. In the meantime, the whole Chrissy Costanza team is going to be respawning, and Cadis is going to take down Zoob in that floral area. It looks like they're just going to push back through there, but I mean, they really shouldn't because of this massive Uber advantage that F2 has. Maybe they just want to force with AMS, but they don't realize how close they are. They're just going to force right in their face. Cadis is going to go down, and they're surely going to get this frag off from Serotonin. Oh, massive misread of the situation there by We Love Chrissy Costanza.
Big time. Surprise, motherfucker. They got caught out. The action continues. More frags being offered up to the gods of TF2, but they are not happy with the performance of We Love Chrissy Costanza. And that will be a complete wipe coming in. It's going to be 6 players still up here pushing forward onto middle. The cap against Kratos is already ahead here, taking a big gamble, trying to catch some respawning players, but in fact gets caught with his pants down. The vaccinator plays coming out of Serotonin here. He's got the explosive damage resistance on. He's trying to force his way in. F2 realizes he's been caught out, hopelessly tries to go in for the Uber Saw, but gets killed off. Serotonin continuing to work his way forward here. They're going to start cap middle, but there are players behind. Atomic is fighting on their second. Bash is underneath them. He's circling. He's coming up. He's now fighting Cadis. Kratos is joining as well. Serotonin 8 health. He's on the point. Cadis is good there. He gets the saw. He tries to save himself as well, but cannot do it on 2 health. That was incredible. Like, it's actually a really powerful combination. If you can hit a Uber Saw with the vaccinator, you get a bubble, and you can save yourself or give yourself like 75% resistance. But he didn't manage to get it popped off in time.
Admirable giving us all hot tips on how to play medic.
Serious, man? It's legit.
Get your vaccinator,
I have no idea what the vaccinator does.
And play battle medic. That's Admirable's advice. Cadis is just getting jeweled here though, and the vaccinator not going to save him that time. Captain is trying to get in, he's using his shotgun and he's taking down Cadis and Serotonin. They're swarming onto the last point. The Heavy's not going to do anything, and they've made that 5-3. They're coming back into it.
Still possible.
They need 2-minute-long rounds. It's just going to have to be a roll, and Stark is going to be running Sniper to the mid. AMS is running Pyro as well. I think they must feel like it's over and done with, but that might be a very risky move. AMS might be kicking himself after this mid if it all goes pear-shaped.
It's the counter the Zoob bomb, bro. They're ahead of you.
Very possibly. I mean, this might just be the perfect thing. They need to slow the game down. In comes Zoob though, doing a lot of damage in that choke point. He's going to take down Stark instantly. A load of damage on everybody else as well. It's only Ethug and AMS left alive. Ethug on 60 health. He's going to find Kratos, but then he goes down. AMS the only one left on 27 HP. Captain just easily whip out his shotgun, but instead just chooses to humiliate him with the rockets. They got 25 seconds if they want to cap this round off. They know that the time is on the line, and I think that was a terrible decision by We Love Chrissy Costanza to do that, because now they're just going to stack the point and they've got 1 minute and 15 seconds to work with. It's all possible here.
Hilariously, the double soldier bomb is actually what they went with, but instead of standing with his combo, Am stood in the choke to plural, just doing absolutely nothing.
Stark.
Trying to hit. Stark is built engineer. They're gonna turtle it. They're gonna park the bus.
He's mad.
Yeah.
Keep feeling.
Stark has had enough of his team. He's not gonna let them through this game, so he's gonna be.
And they're setting up on second.
They're parking the bus. Park the bus, boys.
Well played. Well played. This is the correct play for sure.
This is the infused logic.
It absolutely is.
Park the bus.
It means that they can stack the point and just move forwards, and now they have 40 seconds to go all the way forwards, and they only need 2 points. If you lose a fight on second now, you're screwed. Whereas before, if you do contest the mid fight, at least you have a little bit of a chance. They're getting pressured out here as well. The aggression
it's
from
happening.
the aggression fleet gamers is just too much for them at the moment.
Serotonin, get
got Tiger trapped.
Serotonin's hitting arrows. He needs a Zuba.
The Uber is nearly up for both of the teams. It's on about 90%, but you're definitely
It's impossible.
going to
It's impossible.
moving forward.
It's impossible. It's impossible.
It's not. There's
It's not.
10 seconds left. They can literally
They've
do it.
Ubered.
How long do Ubers last?
8 seconds. Juggle him off the point.
3, 2, 1. Oh, it's so close there for Elite Gamers, but they just get knocked out right at the end. Such a close game, though.
Good game.
And that is 5-4 in favour of the Chrissy Costanza fan club. They do move on to the next round, and unfortunately, F2 Captain Kratos, Bash, Zoob, and the other one are going home.
Rest in peace.
That is the end of their tournament. So we do see one side of the bracket advancing. We love Chrissy Costanza, but who will they be playing? Who's awaiting them in the grand final?
Well, it might not yet be decided because it was 3-3 on the other side of the bracket, I think, between Forsaken and Mike's team, respectively. If that was the game that was the issue.
Yeah. This is the other semi-final happening at the same time between Grosse Vache Volante. I probably insulted everybody's mothers or something, and they are taking on the Russian super team with Kenzie, Shadowburn, Forsaken, Nookie, Death. So it's a pretty stacked teams on both sides. The Russians might have a little more team synergy. Let's hop on over into that game and just see how they're doing before we go to the final. But you said it was 3-3.
3-3. I guess it's in Golden Cap.
I'm going to try and jump in there. My TF2 isn't playing ball though.
Okay. I'll race you.
Here we go. STV's good. I'm almost in. It's going to be more sunshine, as you may expect. Set maps in these cups. I'm almost there. I'm in the game. It is 3-3. And there are 4 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock, guys. We've got a game in our hands.
I'm starting to like Chrissy Costanza myself.
Here we go then. It's Grosse Vache Volante, which is Silentes, Kos, MGE, Mike, Nico, Hallow, and Nation. So some excellent players and some mid-prem players. Hallow as well, who's never played prem. So it's a bit of a mishmash of a team up against this Russian team, which I believe is one that they're trying to make happen for season 22, potentially. So let's have a look here. As I can see that the Uber's just been forced out of costs actually, and Hallow takes a big pipe on the point. That's going to give the Russian team of MSH plus 6 a big Uber advantage to work with, but they are pushed all the way back to their last.
This is an actual team. They're going to have Lippy on Medic.
I'm not quite sure what's going on, but there were whisperings of a Russian team for season 22.
I like it.
I looked up Google Translate, and apparently Grosse Vache Volante means big flying cow.
Oh, excellent. So I didn't insult everyone's mothers.
No, don't worry about that.
Your mother's a big flying cow, Ali.
You've met my mum. She's a charming lady.
She's a lovely lady. I feel really bad about that. She gave us sandwiches and things.
Stayed in my house. How could you say this?
Alright, okay.
Take it back.
Emma, I do take it back. I apologise.
She's listening. She listens to all of my custs. She's getting
hey,
heartbroken right now.
Apologies, Ali G's mum. In comes Nation though with a big bomb straight onto Lippy in lower lobby, but Lippy's just juked it really easily there. Nico has gone down as well as Nation. Things not looking too good here for Grosse Vache Volante, and they're going to have to be flying out here, but Death trying to apply a little bit of pressure to the choke point. Silentes stood his ground there and went for the air shot, but no frags traded either way. But it's a pretty big, hefty Uber advantage in favour of MSH plus 6. That's going to force everybody out. Cost doesn't want to drop that 80% Uber he's got.
Yeah, pretty wise. Mike does go down in the background. Nuki there trying to poke through choke while the rest of his teams are plural. But the big counter bomb comes in from Nation. They force the Uber, and Nation and Hallow might actually get out here. This is really nicely played. Nico goes down the flank, and Hallow will go down eventually, but now is the time to counter push because Kos has got this Uber. Do they want to take it though? They're pretty much 2 versus 6. They're going to have to anyway because that pressure is just a bit too much. Forsaken's going to wisely jump behind, just sort of space out the team. Silentes is going to go forward, but there's no chance he'll be able to get onto Lippy, so they have to just sort of prioritize protecting Kos again, and Lippy is going to slink away with this sort of 20 or so % advantage.
They got the spawns though from Hallow and Nico, so they're able to push forwards here just with the raw player advantage.
Kenzie's hiding. He's ghosted in. He's coming in behind Kos. He's peppered him from long range, so he didn't wait for the mate shot and gets cleaned up easily by Mike. He joins Nookie in the spawn queue, and Shadowburn tries to throw himself in there, but they don't get anything done. Kos too strong, Sideshow.
Yeah, it gives him a little surf just at the end, and Shadowburn's rocket not on target. Forsaken's in for a bomb though and tries to sink those rockets up to get onto somebody, but instead just going to be flying away. And there's no shot though. Nookie sniping from the forward spawn is going to manage to find Kos. Unbelievable. Great stuff by them. And they have traded medics there, but there's so many people that have gone down for MSH plus 6. 1 minute 38 seconds remaining. If they manage to take this, it'll be really difficult for MSH plus 6 to get back into it, but I think they are going to manage it. There's only 2 players left alive, and Nookie can't headshot everybody. They're going to get on the point there. Maybe they should have tried to dwindle away a little more time.
This is another one different score with another minute remaining. We see
a minute 20.
See if the big flying cow team opt for the same tactic of building a sentry on last and parking the bus on 2. I mean, I imagine they won't, but it looks like Mike wants to contest this middle. See if he's got Kada's levels of speed. He's getting out there first. Death matching him. See if Shadowburn's going to be the one to initiate. We imagine it's going to be these Russians because they're the ones with something to lose right now. Silentis jumps really high, trying to get rockets onto Lippy. Doesn't achieve anything. It's just going to turn into a massive death hand. And Silentis and Nico are the ones who've picked up the first 3 frags between them. Forsaken now is all out alone. Nico's going to pick up a second one himself. And Nation's going to get one to finish off Lippy. It's just Nuki left alive. He gets down. That's a wipe.
And that is all she wrote.
That is all she wrote. No comeback here, boys.
MSH plus 6 are looking so good just until the end there, and that was a failure of the middle. They, you know, they didn't go for the same strategy as the previous team in just parking the bus on second, but it worked out really well for them. They gambled with it, they went to mid, but they absolutely annihilated them. It was a full wipe there for MSH plus 6, and I think they're just going to try and make it 5-4 here as the Uber in on the right hand side. Death is trying to get focused down, but Hallow's whiffing quite a few of his shots. They do get the frags now and only 3 players left alive. 10 seconds for them to capture this last point. It looks like they might be able to do it, just about managing it. Only Lippy on the point.
Let's go, Lippy.
Oh,
let's go, he gets 2.
Lippy.
Can't
quite manage it just at the end there, but actually did block for enough time to avoid the 5-3. So the final score there was 4-3 in favor of the large flying cows, and they will be moving on to the grand final to face off against the team that we just saw there, the We Love Chrissy Costanza. So what do you think of the caliber of that performance, Admirable? Who's looking like they're in the lead?
I was trying to look at the logs there, then I realized you can't type log in STV. But I would definitely favour We Love Chrissy Costanza. They seemed nice and controlled. You know, you got Stark there. It makes my heart flutter when I see him play. I think he is a calming force on any team, you know, keeping people in line. Whereas this game was clearly a bit scrappy, a bit close, and obviously they have like Hallow on their team. I don't know, who would you rate in the Hallow versus Ethug battle, you know?
Probably Ethug, but it's not that far off. Like they're fairly similar.
Hallow gave me a long speech one day on Mumble about how he could have been Prem, but he has some sort of repetitive strain injury that stops him from playing enough. So maybe this is his time to shine.
Smells like excuses to me, Admirable. Smells like excuses. But the problem with this scout combo on Grosse Flash Volant is that they have Hallow, who doesn't really have the Prem experience and isn't like a solid scout. And you're pairing him up with Nico, who literally doesn't own a brain and will just run in and try and chase frags as much as he possibly can. And whilst that can be great in some situations, like he can just win like crazy fights against people, if you know, you've got no consistency there in your scout partnership. Whereas if you pair them up against Ethug and Stark, I think they're just their timing is gonna be so much better. Like their choice, their decision making is gonna be so much better, those two.
Do we know when this is going to start, this final?
Probably ASAP.
Momentarily.
Let's go, boys.
Oh, it actually says on the site 16 minutes, but maybe the teams will get it started quicker than that.
Who knows? Potentially. I'm taking a look at the log of that game as well, because I'm interested to have a look at the Russian team and see how they're doing, really. And the Death again just always puts up like really decent stats. He's a very, very good demo man. He's never really played kind of at the top of Prem. The last season 21, they were really competitive with a lot of the top teams, but they just weren't able to get any points. They really were incredibly competitive with all of the top teams. They just weren't able to get the points off them, and so they ended up finishing in 5th place. But the caliber of players on this team is very, very good.
Yeah, I kind of fall in and out of love with Death. Like a few seasons ago, whenever 425 were first actually shown that they could compete in the Premiership, it seemed to be like Death, you know, was a big part of that. But last season he was kind of disappointing. Maybe a new roster reshuffle this time, he'll have a chance to shine. But my earlier memories of him entering the Premiership were better. Maybe it's just with a larger sample of games. He doesn't seem as impressive, but you still keep him.
I think putting Forsaken on the soldier role is like a big improvement as well. I think Forsaken's pocket is way better than his scout is.
I don't know.
Even his roamer is. Like, I really think that it's far better than his scout performance. If you have him on Roma, you can still offclass him onto Sniper and stuff, but he put out big stats that game. He got 10k damage, 33 for 20, he's keeping his team in it, top fragging on the server by a country mile. He's really good at pocket.
He doesn't really play like a traditional pocket role, or I'm thinking like historically, you know, whenever, what was the bite team that he played in? He was playing soldier.
TSM or something?
Oh, it was like TCM, like phonetically, remember?
Yeah.
And he
TSE.
Like part of the part of the job was like, or part of their strategy was he would just jump in all the time. Like he was more of like a sacrificial soldier, if you know what I mean. But like obviously a lot of soldiers playing, or a lot of pockets playing with gunboats these days anyway. But I know he can put out a lot of damage, but more often than not, he was always just dead so quickly. Like if you are incredible at, you know, DM and putting out damage, it surely serves you better to stay alive, so you have more minutes in the game where you can actually put out damage. But that's just my bugbear from watching Forsaken. At least on Scout, you're slightly less hampered by that because you spawn, or you die and you can get back into the game quickly. You don't need buffs, etc. You don't always need buffs to get back into the fight. But Soldier, you're handicapped by that rollout from spawn a little bit. You're penalised a bit more. But I could talk all day about this. I love you, Forsaken. You say he's a better soldier. I think he was good on Scout too.
What were the scores for those two semi-finals games that we just saw then?
4-3.
That was
4-3 the last game we watched. And before that, 5-4 was it?
I believe so.
Yeah, it's definitely 5-4 and then 4-3 in that last game.
The results aren't even in yet on the website. Is
that
automatic?
Yeah, it's normally automatic, but for some reason it didn't finalize, so I'm just reporting those scores back to Dilusive. You better have got it right, guys, otherwise I'm in trouble.
I did, I promise.
So, we'll have the grand final then fairly shortly. That should be up and ready for us as soon as they get the servers sorted and the teams readied up. But I think if a Russian team comes into its own or even decides to play at all in Season 22, they could finish in a decent position. They've got the talent. Like previously, they've been spread across two teams, like GG Well Played and the 425 roster. If they combine it together and maybe add Nuki or something like that, then I think they can really flourish.
Let's have a little bit of fun here, guys. You know, just when we're talking about new teams and stuff, I have whipped open the ETFTL recruitment page. I'll throw it into chat as well. But if you join me, you know, I'm gonna start reading out the names here of people who have put themselves forward as Prem and 6v6 players. I'm not the skill police. I'm just saying there are a lot of good players out here. Nuki, looking for a team. Hengast is high Prem. Okay, Raptor. This is totally killing my point. Let me just skip out the bad players. Get Slade nerds. Nuki, Feeling, Hank, Kratos, Brago, Captain, Denia.
Brago's back.
Nation, Spud, Skeege, Rising, Lupus, Condom, Happy Cool, Permzilla, Natural, Grabba, Atomic, even Rock is looking for a team, guys. There are definitely a couple of teams that could be made out of all these players.
If you put yourself as Prem on recruiting page and Admirable didn't just list out your name, then you should reconsider, I think, is the underlying message here.
Back to the drawing board, boys. Neo, I don't even know who you are. Some Finnish soldier. This is fun. I'm going to look around here.
It's the new Dawn. Neo Dawn. Imagine how sick that would be.
Probably someone renamed themselves, you know. But I'm ruining their dreams. I don't see Sideshow's names listed here. You already have a team, buddy?
Doesn't he already have a team, yeah?
Yeah, I do. My PC at the moment is just having a fit as well. It keeps crashing and lagging and stuff, so I only caught half of that conversation. But yeah, I've got a team for Season 22. I don't need to be the kind of scrub begging for a team on recruitment section.
Where's
your post, Admirable?
If I was gonna play, I would have to make a team because no one would actively recruit me. I have to, like, you know, put together some sort of farm team or something, like I did in Season 19.
Yeah, do it. Go back to your roots, play soldier, and pick up Ali or medic.
Mate, who's gonna
the dream?
Who's gonna carry Team Fortress TV if you're playing and I'm playing?
We just cast our own games while we're playing.
Not even just the casting, but like fucking making sure everything happens. Organization. We cast every game the last 2 seasons. I don't know if we can do it again. I'm putting out a recruitment post then right now for more streamers, more casters for TF2. Hit me up. You can message me on Twitch chat right now if you want, or try and add me on Steam, or send me a PM on teamfortress.tv. It has a messaging service that most people don't know about. Go to my profile. Anyway, that's why Sideshow. I'm sacrificing myself so that you can win Prem. I'm taking that hit for the team. I want you to go and live your esports dream.
Are any of the teams from I-55 sticking around, like the main ones?
I don't know. Sideshow, you were there. You've got the hot gossip, right?
Hello? Oh, I've just come back. I was crashing for a while there. You guys can hear me, yeah?
Yeah, mate.
Oh, fantastic. I think Nerd Rage are attempting to stick around, but they might have to replace 2 or more of their players. Reason Gaming, I think the core was intending to stick together, as in Captain, Cadus, and Hafiko. Whether they will or not, I'm not sure. And then, what else were we looking at? What's the other top team? TLR. TLR are trying to stick around, but again, struggling to find players to actually replace the people who are missing. War is thinking about switching class. He kind of wants to carry on playing with TLR, but doesn't know what class he wants to play. He's tried out on Scout a little bit and a bit on Roma, but they would then need the demo man, and they also are losing Nico, I think. So the teams are attempting to stick around a little more than you might have seen previously after an I series, but they are looking out for hot, fresh talent.
Sim says that Captain has a recruitment post up.
I'm just trying to find it. Yeah, you read it out. You read out his name. I mean, it's pretty unlikely then he's going to be playing for Reason.
Seems it.
What changes are Reason making? What's the hot gossip?
Reason have lost Nox and Mike, and they've also lost Forsaken.
So Captain going to, it's basically just Cadus.
Yeah, and I think Cadus I think Cadus and Happy are trying to recruit Shocky and Rising and
the game's
other
going
people.
live.
Well, then we shouldn't miss any of it. Let's go find our way on there.
Find me the IP.
Yeah, my PC's almost dying, so I'll attempt to do that, but I can't actually guarantee anything.
I'm on the case. I don't. Oh, I do see it. Yeah, here we go, boy.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Connect away. So what about 32ers? Is that confirmed to be a joke team?
Yeah, that's just a nonsense team for sitting around and bitching to people in Twitch chats.
I'm shaking my head in disgust.
They trolling us, Samzy Return and Epson, etc. They'll never be seen again in the TF2 scene. They've run away.
Good riddance.
I was going to say that, but then I thought that there might be too much of a backlash against me.
Like I can get away with shit like that.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I'll PM you next time.
Fuck those garbage gamers.
You should say this, it'll be funny.
Merlin isn't fit to polish my boots. We all know who the best medic is.
Do we?
It's Nox.
Yeah.
Boom.
What's happened to Merlin? Is he completely gone from the scene?
Well, he made a big post about retiring, so I'm sure he'll be back within 2 seasons, like everyone else.
Yeah. No one quits forever. He can't quit TF2 forever. It's the only amount of time before the Darn Era 3 is upon us.
I saw Sam saying that in Twitch chat yesterday. He was like, "What's the gossip, boys? Is Darn coming back to play in mid?" Shots fired.
I don't even understand the ranking. It's like, how do mid and open relate? I don't even know which is higher right now.
Mid is above open. Open is like div 6 to div 4.
Yeah, explain it in terms of divs. That'll help.
Mid is like div 3 / div 4 / div 2. And high is div 1 and div 2.
Oh, okay.
Blurred lines there, blurred lines. I'm just making up, but that's the gist of it, right?
Yeah. I'm on a 7 now. There's about 9 people on right now, so
Yeah, hello. I'm
be
back.
starting
I
soon.
think my PC is
What is the issue?
fog on the dying throws. It's gasped its last gasp, but it's gonna let me do whatever I want inside TF2. It's only when I tab out that it wants to die. So I'll just stay inside TF2 for the rest of my PC's career. So we've got these two teams matching up against each other. What are your predictions then? You were favouring the Chrissy Costanza fan club, right?
Which one of us are you talking to?
Oh, either. I assume you both are.
Yeah, I go for Chrissy Costanza here. I think Cadus got the edge over Mike. I think Soldiers got the edge over. Yep, their Soldiers got the edge, and their Scouts have got the edge too. Yep. Yep. Stark's got the edge over Nico. Hallow and Ethug, maybe closer. Haven't actually seen either of them play in a year, so that's just sort of wild guessing. But yeah,
I feel like the blue team, we love Chrissy Costanza. They have the smarter players, like they have the better game sense. Like Mike is clearly the greatest, but I feel like, you know, they'll beat him out a little bit. Nation, I've played a couple of pickups with him yesterday. A little beating bitch. Salenti's also a little beating bitch. Nico is the only guy with any balls here. So if Nico and Mike can go huge, maybe Grossvash, Volante, they have what it takes. But these other guys, they don't know about laying your life down for the greater good, for the team, you know? They'd rather sit back and watch.
Is that what you do as medic? Lay your life down for the greater good.
even when he doesn't need to, he takes the drop.
Absolutely. I like to lead the push.
For we have gone live though with our first mid on CP Badlands. This is the grand final of the Frag Fest, number 12, I believe, powered by Gaming Grids. And Cadus and Mike are going to be exchanging stickies across this first mid fight. Mike choosing the balcony route. Cadus dropping down into valley to receive some heals and then pushing up over the slope. Salentis and Nation going to bomb it in, but Nation gets blocked and Salentis really weak as well. He's going to get finished off. Both of the soldiers down and the scouts really weak. Mike and Koss really need to be getting out of there. I think Koss is going to get chased though. Oh, does escape on 20 health. Ethug, I think, could have gone for the chase and the frag there. Maybe he could have won them a really quick first round.
Yeah, nice serve from Koss to actually keep himself alive. But we do see Nico and Hallow both currently behind, going to stall out that team a little bit. Ams is going to be coming in from the other side as Cadus turns around to shoot some dickies. Hallow is really weak. He's going to go down to Ams. And I think Nico made his way back through Valley and actually picks up Ethug on the way. So it's nice by him to get out. He stalled Chris Costanza's team really rapidly there. They do manage to pick up the point, and Stark just runs in through main, takes down Mike. This is surely going to be a push onto last. Koss was alone for so much time in Valley that they actually might just push this and know that they have the Uber advantage. It's Cadus straight out to the point.
Let the action speak for itself here. Now comes the Uber. Ams and Serotonin walking in. And the counter Uber popped off by Koss. He's going to stay on the high ground and flash Salentis. Gets a little flash to Hallow as he runs up through main as well. They're going to pincer on Ams. And that is Soldier down, but Serotonin is running for the hills. He's all the way on choke. Ethug takes a 1v1 with Nico and comes out the worse off for it. Cadus is already setting up stickies, hoping to catch a scout out on the spiral. Tiger jumping up on the point, acting as the bait here. There's going to be Hallow walking around the corner. Quick death there from Cadus. Picks up that scout frag. Tiger has gone down, but Starky's gone to last. It's Stark versus Nation. Stark's only on half health though. He's going to jump up top. He's not even going to contest that. He's just going to run around behind. The call comes in. He's coming in behind onto Koss. Salenti's going to react in time. Koss takes 50 damage, but he's kind of being pinned here as the rest of the blue team pour forward. Hallow's back in the field, but Nico and Mike are still down here. They got wrecked.
Another 10 seconds until Mike spawns as well. That leaves Badlands last completely open, and the scout runs on the point. Just as I say that, no stickies to defend it, and Mike's death leaving that wide open for Wheel of Chrissy Constanza to take the first round. So next mid, I'm looking for Salentis and Nation not to get absolutely beasted within the first 3 seconds.
All eyes on Cadus. He's putting stickies onto Mike. He sort of pushed him out of the mid onto the choke area. Nation jumps up. He's already destroyed by Ams. Salentis isn't faring much better. He's on 100 health. Stark's going to chase after him. No, he doesn't make it. He actually goes in and grabs the kit. Stark now trying to defend his team here, but Hallow manages to get the pick onto Cadus. It's still not looking good here for Grossvash Volant, but they're trying to beat them in. They're trying to force the blue team to come at them through that funnel, but as the dust settles, it's not looking good for them. They do have spawns coming in, but they're only 3 fighting here, and Koss is forced towards choke. He does get the Uber just in time and pops off to save himself. Stark's already on the spire. Mike is caught in 2 mines here. Silentes is coming to back them up as well. Stark's behind his crushing nation. Hallow, he's right on the back of Stark. Somehow Stark survives, but then goes down late. Silentes jumps in and dies. And this is the longest mid-fight ever. It's mayhem.
Yeah, Seraton's still got his Uber charge though. He's only on 50 health. Nation's coming in onto him. He's going to actually force off the Uber from the previous TLR medic. Nation's still hanging around behind. He's just going to delay them for quite a while there. Koss now has 50%, and they're going to be able to set up if they go from trash or balcony onto... Oh, they're actually pushing all the way forward. This is ballsy stuff from Grossfresh Forlorn to lock off at that choke point, make sure that they can't contest. And they've got a 50% Uber advantage, as I said, so they need to think about the best way to use this one forward. Everybody from Wheel of Christmas to Costanza are just setting themselves up to repel the Uber that they know is coming. They've counted it, they know it's coming, and here it comes from the house right now. Silentes driving it forwards along with Mike, bombing in now, trying to get the stickies off to lock everybody out, but they've got no frags there. Silentes attempting to go in deep, but they just can't find anybody. A bit of a leapfrog, they got control of the point. Oh, and the demo frag, but that's about it.
Yeah, demo frag was free there. It's kind of disappointing, really. That was so well kited by Wheeler Physical Stanza, but Cadis and House is just going to end up going down. There's a really nice play by Nation, though, just get into the back line and create this kind of pincer effect as Koss takes down Ams, and they actually force it. Nico and Hallow on the side, the scouts there, but they're getting destroyed by Stark and Ethok. Hallow just the only one escaping now on 10 HP, and he is going to end up getting taken down by Stark. This beautiful play by the flank. And they're going to want to push on and just not stop this aggression. Stark is under while Ethok is taking all the damage on point, but this allows Stark to get in. He's going to take down MGE, Mike on the demo man, and Koss and Silentes are just going to have to back off there. And it's going to be mid for free, despite the fact that Koss has a massive Uber advantage.
And they can't really afford to wait for Mike to spawn either. They can maybe afford to get Hallow up and just kind of bait the rest of the Chrissy Costanza fan club in, but it looks like they're trying to move either through house or around that. That was nice stuff by Hallow, actually. Bossing Stark around, and they're going to want to use this Uber in now. They've got 10 seconds, the golden window of opportunity. They need to try and get in onto the point, either without using their Uber charge or use their Uber and get onto Silentes. Don't think they're going to be able to do it though. Oh, sorry, Seraton, not Silentes.
Nation comes bombing in, but he just gets destroyed in the air. Ams and Tiger, I think, both hitting rockets in the air. Red have now lost their Uber advantage completely. Seraton hits 100%, 25 seconds after Koss has. This is a bit ridiculous. Like, I think they had enough numbers. Like, sure, they got forced out, but I think they had enough numbers and enough time to get back in before the Uber came. But they still went for that force, and Nation is actually going to come back in time, so Chrissy Costanza not really in a rush to push themselves either. They've got Stark on that sniper, so they don't really have the best momentum. But it looks like they're just trying to make space for him at the moment.
I would like to see a change here. Silentes to demo and Mike on soldier. Make it happen, please. Oh, Mike jumping around to try and catch Stark there, but
10 HP, Seraton.
He doesn't pop
so
that
close.
on 10 health. Took 140 damage. Going to go all the way back into his own house. And Mike's going to actually need the Uber charge popped off on him as he gets down to about 10 HP as well. They're trying to push this one forwards, and the Uber's traded around the choke point. It's going to be Ams bombing in though, trying to get the best end of that. But Cadis and him both taking a ton of damage there from Mike. Oh, Mike's head destroyed there by Stark though on the sniper class, and that's really going to open this choke up.
Yeah, good work from Tiger, making so much space. Stark is going to be able to walk around this corner and just have 3 shots. Of course, hasn't hit him yet. Nation is going to counter bomb though. He's hitting both Stark and Seraton for rockets. Takes down Stark. Seraton on 20 HP. It's really low health across the board. It's going to be a 3 versus 3 deathmatch. As Ethok's going to try and come in from the side, but think better of it after a second. Just amps Seraton now in the mid. The big bomb comes in. Amps gets launched sky high. Ethok still trying to back off. Nico coming forward. Silentes both coming forward. They're going to get rockets, but they're not going to get any
weak they all are.
Everyone's
Seraton on less than 20 health there for a moment until he regens it back up. And they have the Uber. They've got a 10-second Uber.
Seraton drops Amps. He's too far forward.
They've used it off here, but Koss is going to get 90% in just a second. They're going to be able to recontest this. They shouldn't give it up, but Tiger wants blood. He can smell it. Nice pipe from Mike.
Full charge now for Koss. Grossvash Volant are moving forward here. A few stickies on the point from Cadis get dead, and that actually launches Mike up. So he's going to require a buff before they push here, but it looks like they're going to use that time by pushing through the flank. They're going through house already. They're going to be coming from Reese up. Cadis has an inkling something is up. He's starting to put stickies down in the slope. Ams jumps in, but he's slightly early there and is easily dealt with. Now Mike is in position here. He's scouting out for his team. You can see there is no blue people close at hand. Stark's going to drop down from the window with Tiger. Now Mike finds Cadis in lobby. Koss still has the charge here, but he's reluctant to pop. Still a 45% advantage here. Stark's still fighting 3 or 4 guys at Reese up there as the enemy combo moves in through lobby, and it looks like they want to go main. They know they have to go directly if they want to make this Uber charge count. They're forward. Serotone's trapped. Mike's trying to get one more stick. He gets the medic pick there, but now they're turning around. It's a 4-on-4 here, but in fact there's 4 combat classes available for We Love Chrissy Costanza, but as I say that, they lose 2. It's all on Cadis. And Cadis top left, he's going to kill his scout.
One board, can he hit the pipes? He needs to hit pipes here, but Silentis is going to come in and finish that off. It started off quite well for Chrissy Costanza actually. Ethug types something in chat, but either way, his pyro at the start was fairly effective. He took a lot of focus, even though he didn't like dish out that much counter damage. But yeah, in the end, it was really well played from the soldiers.
Our third mid fight then, and Cadis again lightning fast to mid is going to be exchanging damage with Mike across that hoodoo area. Mike's going to be playing from the train. Got to get some initial damage straight away, but it gets focused down by Stark and Tiger. They take down the Roman Soldier of Nation as well, and Silentis knows that they have to back up, but a bombing in Cadis, and Koss is caught in the middle of it. Great serve, just right around the corner, but straight into the arms of Tiger. Silentis manages to catch Cadis there and just dodge out the way of that rocket. So close.
Oh my gosh.
But he's going to stay alive after he gets to the resub cabinet, and in the meantime, Serotone's gone down. I don't even know who got that frag. Was that Nico?
Big Hallow.
Oh, big Hallow.
Nation bombed in onto Serotonin. Oh, he made a dog's dinner of it, but Hallow just W mouse one, chased him into the valley and managed to get that med pick, but that was the only frag that went against We Love Chrissy Costanza for most of that middle. They do take control of the point, but they haven't decided to push ahead into Spire here, having lost their medic. They're going to regroup. The buffs are coming. Tiger's in onto Koss. He gets the first and fourth rocket onto him. Or third rocket, but Koss now dancing around on the Spire there on 50. He's trying to find a heal target, but they found 4 frags off the back of that, including Cadis, who died first, it seems. So free admission onto middle here. Just Amps and Stark. Amps goes down. Stark kills off Nation. Now he's taking a 1v1 with Hallow. Stark on only 22 health. Has yet to take a point of damage in the last 10 seconds, and he almost has killed off Hallow, but then Silentis comes in with the sledgehammer to crack that.
His boys. That's unfair.
For sure.
No fair, man. You start getting heals and start getting rockets. Stark's just like, what the fuck, bro?
That's
no
right,
fair.
call your boys.
That's not a fair fight.
Koss is going to be set there pretty on a 70% Uber advantage, maybe even 75. They got tons and tons of time to use this. They want to really make sure that they can catch people. Looks like they want to. Oh, look at Tiger's position though. This is some 2008.
Oh my god.
Koss,
this is
old school.
3 rockets. Koss let him get 3 rockets off there without popping Uber, and he didn't know where they were coming from. Really poor play from Koss.
What's the breakdown in communication there? Like, Silentis looks up, sees him. There's 3 seconds, 4 seconds there maybe for him to say that there's a soldier on your head, or Uber, or anything, but didn't happen. Koss drops.
Back cap though. Potential for a back cap at least from Nico and Silentis, but they're being blocked by Stark. Stark's position pretty good, and he's delayed them for enough time for them to stack the midpoint here and get the cap. So Chrissy Costanza, they're going to be pushing forward. Amps has found the frag on the Demoman of MG Mike as well. They're going to be flooding through this choke point. They've still got to play behind from Silentis, but he's going to be hard pressed to do much. He's kind of stuck behind them now. He's going to try and get onto Seret. Suddenly dies to Ethug.
Chips him down to about 115. No one's going to follow up on that though. There's only 4 players in fact as Mike respawns. But they are facing off a full Uber charge. They're going to be relying on some kind of gimmick here. You've got the Pyro of Nation, the Heavy of Nico, but no heals for either player. All the heals going to Mike right now. He's getting pressured hard by Amps and Tiger. Mike gets focused down, so there's no stickies to the point here. It's wide open. Stark's going to make that play. Nation tries to block with the Pyro, but it's going to be We Love Chrissy Costanza claiming a second round here in what's been a closely fought game.
Has indeed, There's still 17 minutes on the clock here. Either team can still run away with this first map victory. It is a best of 3. And again, just going to be watching the demos as they're trading spam across the point. This time, slightly swap positions, and everybody from the Gros Vache Volant moving around that closet area. Amps on the train is going to be denying them, but Silentis is up.
Kate is super passive in his own choke now. He just imagined he'd get bombed and hasn't contributed anything to this mid-fight so far. Just laning up his stickies on train. Now Nation is going to bomb into his medic. He's going to have to do something to defend him. But no, he's just standing back in his choke. Cadis didn't even get past the stairs of his own choke then. I'm not quite sure what's going on. And his medic is going to go down. Nation takes down Serotonin. Cadis, bro, what happened?
I think the call came in that they were pushing under. Cos stayed under for ages, or that they were going shithouse. So Cadis was sitting back trying to not commit himself to the shithouse, that he could just destroy them if they came through, but they ended up just kind of waiting it out. He tried to stick either slope or just where they would come up if they were pushing under, but his teammates were already dead. So he was like trying to make one play whilst everyone else was just like throwing away easy frags, it seems.
The communication, man. God, it's almost like this is just a mix.
It's like a mixed team. Cadis is thinking of moving forward here, but they're not holding choke closely, so Gross, Vash, Volant have already managed to get in practically for free here. The team health is favouring We Love Chrissy Costanza a little bit, but they've just lost 2 players, so scratch that. And 20-second spawns for Tiger and Amps. That's a lot of spam damage missing, a lot of area control not available, and they're going to lose Starkey as well. This is pretty desperate.
Soldier's coming in. Soldier's going to try and get up onto Serotonin. He's going to get him down to 40 HP. Oh,
nice
beautiful E-Thug. That was so nice. It completely prevented Nation from falling down the stairs after the medic and getting the rocket. That was really nice. He's going to try and delay the Uber now a little bit, but he's already done like a pretty substantial job. Serotonin's on 70%. So it's only going to really matter this Uber if this fight is really long and drawn out. E-Thug is still alive, trying to now hack down MGE Mike. Nico's got hand in the back of the point where Silenta's in top right. He's doing a lot of damage, and now it's only the medic on the point, and Cadis is completely out of position. Does he have time? He doesn't. He tried to run up the back stairs to regain that high position, but in actual fact, he just gave up the positioning and allowed Mike to just walk on the point and cap it off.
Half the time has been played on this map, and it is 2-2. Both of these teams incredibly close, actually. And you guys were predicting Chrissy Costanza to run away with it, but so far it's been very, very even. Cadis now playing aggressively across the point. Hallow underneath, spots him out, and Nation's ready to go aggressive on this right-hand side as well. Goes on to Cadis, actually, jumping right over the top of his head, delaying everybody from the Chrissy Costanza fan club. And Amps takes a nice edge up there from Silentes. Great stuff from him. And it looks like they're now going to be pressuring their way across the point. Mike bombing a little bit, throwing some pipes over the top of the house. None of those quite connect, but they have pressured everybody away from mid.
Cadis isn't getting the protection on, at least on that mid fight anyway. Like, has to be someone else that's dealing with the threats for him so that he can do the damage to the enemy team, but he's just trying to protect himself and stay alive there. He did a great job, but now again he's under pressure. The scouts react, but it's too late. They've already had to pop the Uber charge off. They do have about half a second here if they wanted to try and do something, but Cadis is just focusing the point exclusively. He had to cover that time. Nation has gone behind here, and I think they're aware of it, but they're just really focused on making sure they don't lose this cap point. Here comes Nation now. Finally they're reacting, but both scouts instantly turn around. The flat cannons crushing, and Mike jumps in as well to try and hook up on Nation's distraction, but the coordination was slightly off there. You'd almost think it was a mixed team.
Yeah, not a single point of damage actually being dealt to Serotonin thus far. He does actually take one spam rocket from distance and goes down to 120, but nothing significant. Hallow just hanging about in the valley, looking for a play, maybe not. And Nico's still behind, and Silenti's still behind as well. This team is, this fight is really sporadic. The Tiger's still there as well, and Nico finds Amps in house. This is getting more and more, I don't know if messy is the right word, because they've all got like tactics, but even when there's 2 of them behind, they're not sort of going in together.
Did someone say Nico doesn't have a brain? Yeah. What was that? Okay, Cadis is going to jump forward here. He's sticky. Oh, he's sticky trash. He almost gets the pick onto Nation there. He was trying to peek out as Soldier, but Spire has been forfeited here by our red team. Gross, Bash, Volant. But now the plays will commence. Still at least a 10-second window here in which Serotonin can push. That advantage is being chipped away though. Time continues to tick down. They're getting ready to go. It's going to be Stark at Amps.
Look at Mike at the top of the point though. They're going to have to deal with him as well, and Cost is on 90%. Cost rotating through the spawn, and Stark is attempting to chip a few of the stickies away, but Mike's just going to continue relaying them. They are finished off. Oh, they got Cost as well. This is a 3v3 situation, and Mike is just playing the Dr. Phil role here, continuing to sticky things off in the tube, and they don't know how to approach this. Ethug and Tiger, they're just choosing to kill everybody else. But look at this, he's just continuing to relay them. Mike's dribbled,
Tiger, oh, what a fight!
slams them both. Great stuff by Mike, just so patient. Gets Ethog with the stickies and then pipes Tiger as he jumps up to reach him. Great stuff.
Like, that's a big misstep there by We Love Chrissy Costanza. Sure, Mike was in the tube that whole time, whatever, but he wasn't doing any damage to the actual push. Like, they just got rolled, essentially, like 5-1-6. Mike wasn't even in the game. Kind of panicked. They should have just gone for the frags on everyone else that they could actually see. The fight continues though. Ams jumps up and denies Silentes with a big direct to the face at close range, and they can just go dry here. They have Stark playing sniper. They just need to try and draw the red players down onto the ground into Stark's sightline. Nico's hiding behind though. He might catch.
Ams fails to get in.
Cadis is on the Spire. Nico is on Stark on Stonebridge. Push is fizzling out here. The attempt at aggression seems to be... doesn't look like it's going to make anything happen. Ethog on 1 health is this... No, he's cursed. Rest in peace, Ethog. He doesn't make it.
Silentes trying to push out now. They've got this like slightest of advantages in terms of players, but it's just even up. And now Silentes was all out there alone. Bit of a miscommunication again. MG Mike now the lone player out on balcony trying to fight for it. Nation's just gonna spawn back. Oh, and Nico behind, right?
Cadis with the quickie bomb launcher as well. So if they're planning to use that to...
They didn't know he's there. Nico's behind on bridge. They
Ethog,
still haven't seen him! Oh my gosh, he's timed this really, really well. If he can go now, does he get the sniper? Oh, he takes the sniper. What? He could have ran past the sniper there and taken the Uber, but it doesn't matter anyway, because Tiger's just going to get strength points.
Quickie bomb plays, man. He used the quickie sticky to kill Mike's stickies. Tiger gets the cap.
Beautiful. Sounds like something from a Dr. Seuss book.
So on last
video,
saying Cadis didn't have enough protection, and his team rolled out through Valley, and normally you'd expect the demo man to go on balcony there. Oh, and that's exactly what they're doing this time. So I guess Cadis didn't know last time, so instead he went to balcony first. Yeah, he's a lot less sort of out alone if his medic's coming up through Valley. He heals a lot earlier if he stays. But it doesn't matter anyway, because Nation's just going to ignore Cadis this time and go straight for Serotonin. He's going to pick up another frag underneath on Starkey. Now Cadis is completely alone on train. Nation is getting low. Cadis Whiteman might win this fight, but on the other side of the map, Amps is doing incredible work, takes down Hallow and Silentes, and Koss went down somewhere along the way. I imagine that was Amps too, just based on extrapolation. But either way, they're going to end up winning this fight. Vash for Lodz, but neither medic is going to be alive, and Amps completely fails the skip jump.
Rest in peace, Amps, at the end there, but he was 1v3 in that final fight. Not much really that he could do, stuck behind enemy lines as well. Both of the medics have now spawned. Serotonin with 20% advantage. I don't think the advantages are even going to play into it as Vash for Lodz make their way in through the choke point. They're just trying to make this happen. Mike bombing in already, throwing his stickies out in front of him. Really weak though. And he's right underneath Tiger, but Tiger didn't quite realise where the demo man was there from the flying huge cows. So they're going to back up to last. Serotonin now actually with a sizable advantage, 20%. So they're not going to use it on the defense, but that will delay things for just a little longer as Koss gets his supercharge up. And there's still a pyro on the field as well.
8 minutes, 40 left.
Not sure about the pyro really, they have Uber advantage.
They're trying to infuriate their opponents here with the pyro plays. He's not going to commit close, he's just stuffing Mike back in. He actually forces the charge out here. He actually ends up dying there.
Serotonin's alone. Gets
dropped. So now it is 5 versus 6. The repush here from the red team could be deadly. Oh, 3 frags coming in. There's still stickies in the point, but Cadis is dead. He's trying to come out from spawn, but he can't cover the distance quickly enough. And the game is tied up 3-3. And would you believe that Hallow is top of the scoreboard for the red team? Well, if you ignore Koss.
It's all the cap points, man. It's all cap points. They just leave him behind to cap all the points and push forward and get everyone frags with everybody else.
On average, that means the average is what, like 2 points per fight if that happens. So, yeah. Anyway, on this middle we're going to see Nation take again onto the aggressive stance, but this time the soldiers there from Chrissy Costanza are going to be able to protect their train. Tiger goes a bit too deep, not managed to get anything out of that, but Ams is once again in the face of Koss, takes him down. Ethog takes down Nation side by side, and Serotonin is alone in Valley, but he's still on full health, so if he can get enough heals for the scouts, this should be a win for We Love Chrissy Costanza. It's currently like 3 versus 3, but damage classes. Oh, and Mike bombs in. Mike doing a hell of a lot of damage. And Stark does go down. It's just Ethog now trying to defend Serotonin. Serotonin 7 HP. Ethog does get 2 kills, but they lose their medic. And actually, the fact that Koss died early is going to be some massive advantage when it comes to the Uber fight for the big flying cows.
He's up. He's got his Uber. It's going to be at least 20% here. Definitely pushable. But he's running into a trap. Koss is running blindly towards the middle. It's occupied by like 4 or 5 blue guys. He's going to meet up with Salintes. And they need more health here, but they're just going to big dog it. But, oh, Nation catches a lot of spam there. Goes down instantly. And now they're taking this fight outnumbered. Nice air shot there from Salintes, but Ams gets the pick onto Koss anyway.
And Nico and Ether are going to be dueling at the same time as Salintes explodes himself on Serotonin. So that's both of the soldiers there picking up their respective enemy enemy medics. And they are going to be able to pick that up. Nation and Stark meet around drop down, and Stark gets mulched there, disintegrated by Nation's rockets. But they've given up a ton of room for that, and Serotonin and the other posse managed to move their way forwards, and they've picked up Spire. They've got that sniper as well just to push last and break this a little bit.
The Nation is going to be Am's and House, but it's just going to get exploded instantly. And that's going to give the advantage. I heard a sniper shot ring out there. It's Sparky back on the sniper. Who else could it be? Nico's going to be really well on Balkan. MG and Mike is going to have to back off. And now it's just Cadus trying to get shots from the Koss. Koss is going to duke it out enough, but not enough to avoid Ethog with the final shot as he tries to get into lower lobby. Ethog now chasing the more kills. He's going to be onto Hallow. Hallow is down to HP. Ethog on a rampage. He's charging forward. He now runs into Nico. Can he take Nico? He's down to 40 HP if Nico. Okay, Ethog gets this, it'll be ridiculous. He's still alive, still fighting Nico. Doesn't matter though, because the rest of the team is just on the point. Serotonin alone capped it off in the midst of 3 other players from Rosvash Boulogne. It's going to be another round.
The score is 4-3. It's getting down to the wire now though. 5 minutes remaining, and both of these teams have been so level at the moment. It might just come down to another 1 minute round right at the end, as we've seen a few times today. Stark is going to be trying to shepherd the rest of the team up through that slope area. Nico playing underneath is a bit of a pest to everybody. He's waiting for his opportunity to get onto Serotonin. Salintes and Nation going a little bit further forward. Serotonin surfed that one out, but everybody else on the rest of his team pushing this one forward, doing tons of damage to all the other fragging classes. Koss has gone down. Only Nico now left alive, and he's taken 1v1 against Ams. He's actually run away. Ams has got the better of him there, scared him off. And now Serotonin is going to have a huge Uber advantage to push last with, and that is not the mid-fight that Grossfire were looking for. Yeah, they wanted to equalise.
Sweet plays across the board. Cadus got the first frag onto Mike with a pipe across the point. It's really nice. And then defended himself against the aggression from Nation, whereas Serotonin himself warded off the constant threat of Salintes and managed to protect himself with the arrow in the end. So just really good plays across the board. And now it's going to be up. The onus is going to be on the other team to try and make the plays. Nico was behind low lobby, but Cadus spots him out. They're going to take this Uber into last. Let's see how this fares. They're going to try and get deep as they can. Amps isn't going to be able to get the frag, but now he's going to turn his attention to the point. He's getting good time on it. Finally have to drop. Salintes takes him out. Cadus is getting really low actually. The Stark just gets munched by a big rocket. All of the members of Critical Stanza are low, apart from Ethog, who's coming from the side, but he just gets exploded. It's once again just Serotonin, and it looks like this is going to be the first successful hold of last. It feels like it at any rate.
Yeah, they're going to be able to push all the way out. They've got a big Uber advantage to work with as well. They just need that cap time really quickly. Admirable.
I kind of feel like Amps was to blame for that push. Like he had a huge Uber advantage, like 50% or more, but he still really wasted all his rockets on trying to kill Koss, who was just able to walk into spawn anyway. Like he should have done damage to a combat class. He killed Koss any time in those 20 seconds, but he let his team down a little bit. Yeah, well,
he's easy
like
money.
He has to walk into spawn. He's out of the game. Like kill the people who are going to kill you. Stark playing sniper though is going to find a headshot onto Mike, and with only 3 minutes left on the clock, Grossvash are trying to scramble here. They've decided to pop off their charge. They're terrified of the Stark sniper. He's trying to charge up a body shot for Nico at Hunter, but Nico's doubled back. And our red heroes are trying to jump forward here. 80% for Serotonin. He's down to 100 health there as Salintes gets cleaned up. But Nation now thinking of going in. He's waiting for his right moment. He's trying to time it out. His first rocket is wild, his second is worse. He finally hits Serotonin for about 25 damage there, but another ineffective attempt on Serotonin's life from the red soldiers. Nico's meeting back up with Koss here. Hallow knows there's something behind.
It's Ethog, yeah. He's slowing them down quite a lot. It's quite nicely played from the Norwegian scout. Nation is going to spawn, and Ethog is still going to be behind. Koss is quite vulnerable and choked though. If they've forgotten about him to the extent that Koss is now fighting a 1v1 versus Ethog. Can Silentis get around in time? Ethog is completely flopped all his rockets, and Koss is the one who actually gets the Ubersaw kill. Meanwhile, the fight is still going on there. Hallow and Nico are alone in this battle on mid, but like they're surviving long enough. The rest of Grossflash want to get back into this fight. Koss now providing heals, keeps Silentis alive. Just stuck alive. Big plays across the board there.
Serotonin was looking totally the wrong way on middle, standing with his back to choke, and Mike just walks in and places 3 stickies and then hits that right mouse button. A big drop coming out from the TLR medic. Koss sitting with his own charge here. They're ready to go, Sideshow.
One medic having a fantastic 1v1 against the scout, and one medic dribbling completely and dropping his supercharge. Let's see if Koss can right the balance in the world and drop as he comes into last. So he's going to be leading his team in through the top left. They've got a pyro to deal with here though. Ether getting blasted back. He's going to go down though to the combination of Silentis and Nico. They know that Cadis is up top. They need to try and deal with him. Cadis has dropped down, actually dies to the fall damage, and now there's only 3 of them left alive in the defense. Mike and Nico on the point are going to be able to get it. That's 4-4, and there isn't enough time for the last round.
Golden cap, first time today. I think they're gonna play out anyway. Maybe respect. Maybe they reckon they can do it anyway.
Yeah, I think you potentially could do it if one of the teams didn't contest. You would actually be able to just roll the round in 40 seconds. So both teams do need to put up a fight, if only just to run the time down and make sure that they go to a golden cap.
Well, it looks like Critical Standards team are getting the first amount of capture time on point, but that's not the most important thing. They need to get the medic down, and they have done that, but now they need to keep Serotonin alive, but he's already gone down, so they've got to win this deathmatch outright if they want any kind of chance, and the capture point's only halfway there, and there's 10 seconds left. Okay, I don't know how we ever thought this would work out. It's battling for pride now. 2v2 on the mid. Who's gonna win? Place your bets.
Silentis.
Misses the air shot. No.
Boom. Chrissy Costanza wins.
Commander Thundercock would have had that.
And there we go then, over to a golden cap round to decide this. The teams all now need to ready up once again. And then
Serotonin says, shout out to Virgin Media, maybe trying to distribute the blame for his drop earlier.
He does have 110, 140 at the moment ping on this server, so that can't be nice to play with as a medic, but it's not as bad as if he was playing the projectile class, I guess. It's a nice excuse as well.
Yeah. I sometimes sort of ask my roommates to watch some movies while I'm playing, so I've got more of that excuse in terms of lag.
I'm taking a quick gander at the logs here. And Silentis ends up top damage in there, 311 DPM. Mike behind him on 301. It's pretty close out there, but Mike doing noticeably more damage than Cadis and getting more frags than Cadis actually. Mike was 25 for 13 for 16. In terms of the mid fights, it was 5-3 in favour of the Chrissy Kanza crew. But
Mike's taking way more damage. It's not actually reflected in the amount of heals that they have to dish out, but he's just like tanking things for his team. He's top on his team in terms of damage taken. He's just constantly in these fights, like the first one leading things forward, trying to get all the frags.
Look at Hallow, mate. Look at Hallow, 25 frags. He's up there.
He is indeed, yeah. He's right up there. He's second to top fragging on the server, just behind Amps. Silentis as well, not doing too bad for his team. Nico potentially not quite getting into the game quite as well as the other scouts, but he's not doing too badly. They just need to bring it together a little more, and either of these teams could come away with it. Koss actually has 5 frags at the end of this.
Seems like he's maybe not getting as much protection as Serotonin. Like Serotonin with an extra 100 heals per minute as well. I think he has Amps by his side a lot of the time.
But here we go then, live with the golden cap. It seems to be the team of Grossflash Roland having the better position here as Mike bombs forward. They're trying to get stickies and pipes down in that little area, but Cadis and Stark are the only ones to make it out alive as everybody else falls there. Serotonin and Ethog. Is that a pause or is my game lagged?
Pause.
Interesting, a pause in a golden cap. No, actually, I've got a connection problem, so potentially we may have just missed the golden cap.
No, they changed it. No. No, we have to go on a limb and assume that we were wrong and that Groshvash Ballon pulled this out. Quick, everyone frantically message.
Yeah, we need to find out what's going on here. We've been robbed of a golden cap round.
Check logs.
Logs say 4-4 still.
I've rejoined the server and it's taken me to 2-4. Maybe it was just a crash.
Oh no, they won it. Grossfash Ballon 1-0. 1-0.
1-0. 1-0. I knew it, boys. I knew it. Grossfash Ballon going to come out there and smash it.
Silentes and Nico both picking up 4 kills in that. MG, Mike and Hallow on 2 each. Stark and Amps got 2 for their team, but 1 minute 34. So
one big mistake cost them it.
One big mistake.
Yeah, and that then takes us on to map numero duo between these two guys. It's so tense between them. You really can't separate them.
I don't know, man. That was intense.
Gonna have to reassess the situation here. I underestimated Hallow. He clearly he has the minerals. He's got the constitution.
But can he put up a fight like that every single map? Was that just a one-off, a fluke?
It's random though. The maps are preset, so it's like it's gonna be Viaduct next as well. Let me see who would be the big sniper threat on these teams.
Stark potentially, very good sniper.
Who fancies himself as a big sniper? Who would snipe? Nation snipes a lot. I'm not saying he's great, but he definitely does.
He does. He does enjoy sniping. Occasionally with dogs, he would switch off, but he's not good.
He'd like to be a good sniper.
He
definitely can tell.
Who else have they got on their team that might switch over to the sniper? What about the soldiers? Can't really think of anybody. I don't think it's going to be a sniper game, really. I think it's going to be a scout game. I think we're going to see the scouts going ham and Mike absolutely piping things left, right, and centre.
Where do we go for the next map? Rejoin?
Yeah, we'll rejoin to the server.
I'm on it, and it's 2-4. Maybe I joined the wrong one.
Potentially they might be on a different server. Let me just check that as well.
Oh, it's changing, man.
Oh, boys, I think are we going to Viaduct?
Should be, yeah.
So I got different perspectives from either team. Ethug, I asked about the team moods on either side. Ethug saying it's fine, just small mistakes lost in the game, and Stark wants to snipe on Viaduct, but it's not a bad mood. On the other hand, Big Boy Cost is saying hyped, and that Viaduct is an easy map. So both teams coming into this pretty confident, actually.
Right before a fall.
Everyone seemed confident, especially at I-55. Everyone was confident that they could beat Froyo and took them, and then just got destroyed there. So I don't know what it is about Viaduct that makes people feel confident, but
everyone reckons they can take it on Viaduct. Everyone has close games on Viaduct as well, you know, like it's not difficult to make the timer tick down to 10 seconds or something like that, but it's the better teams that consistently win the rounds.
It's very true. I think there's a hidden meta game to Viaduct about being able to set yourself up with those clutch situations near the end of the timer. Like, it seems to be the best teams always end up in that way, you know, where they're kind of in a win-win situation, like with Uber on the point with the time ticking down. I'm in the server. It is Viaduct, but we're still waiting for the people to join here. A shout out to Dilusive and Gaming Grids for, you know, programming the Razer Arena and also sponsoring these tournaments and organising them for TF2, not just once a week but twice a week, and in both Europe and North America. This is truly a golden era for competitive Team Fortress 2. We've just had the greatest LAN event ever in the shape of I-55, and you come home and you can just play serious competition anytime you want, more or less. With the league starting again then in a couple of weeks, Deutschland next weekend, and tip of the hats the weekend after that. It's like, fill your boots, guys.
Could you ask for any more?
Forget about matchmaking. This is the TF2 promised land.
What is the deal with the matchmaking? Do you know when it's coming? Well, Valve time brackets.
some people have theory crafted it might be starting, or it could be some announcement, you know, at the end of the gunmetal campaign, which is the end of September. But assuming they do some sort of a closed beta first or something, it could be, who knows, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months. Overwatch is coming out at the end of the month, so you'd like to think they'll try and steal their thunder.
It's going to be dead after that anyway.
Their Thundercock.
Everyone's going to switch. You got a Thundercock on the line.
We've had a good turnout today on the stream, actually. I think we were like 400 or 500 viewers earlier for the Open Rumble, and I'm not really sure what we're doing at the minute, but I know we've had some technical difficulties. Sim said he could stream, but clearly couldn't. He's been lying to us. All his setup is broken. He hasn't even eaten a thing today. Couldn't even manage his meal times correctly. Sim, are you hanging in there, buddy? He'll manage. I am rubbing salt into his wounds.
I thought you were going to say Thundercock.
I'm rubbing paprika into his Thundercock. Oh my god.
People coming to the stream just have no idea.
It's been a long day, guys. What is this like? We started at 3 o'clock. It's 5 hours. Okay.
Not bad. So we do have all 12 of the players on the server now on this second map. What, sorry?
We always seem to spend the most time on like the worst events. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
the Archimedes Cup and
odd,
stuff.
isn't it? Like the terrible events always last forever, and then the really good ones are over in a flash. Is it just the thing of time flies when you're having fun, or is it just genuine like AIDS is dragging?
It's like a challenge, you know? I don't know.
I think the counterpart to time flies when you're having fun is AIDS is dragging.
Yeah, I think it is.
I think that's what they teach you when you're young.
Oh, life.
Let's go then. This is our first mid on Viaduct. Stark is going to be sniping as Ale had hints of, but that means they're only going to be running one scout. Amps and Tiger not confident on scout. Sticking to soldier here. Tiger going to be looking down that left hand side that Nico looks like he wants to push in, but as Salentos just instantly gets onto Serotonin, shuts him down straight away. Stark can't find an angle to find anybody really. Oh, there he goes though onto Nation. He can see other people. There goes Hallow as well.
He's on the spree.
Havoc.
Nico's coming behind.
Mike and Cos, he's actually dropped down to take the 1v1 against Nico, misses that. No scope body shot there, which would have dropped Nico down to 2 health, but just couldn't quite manage it. Cos and Mike hid the entire time, so they are still alive.
Pussies. Now we wait.
Sorry. Just,
oh my god, there's a bomb, nothing happened.
Engaging with Twitch chat here, team.
I think they're trying to sacrifice at the moment, just sacrifice to try and force out Cross Zuba, but they've gone in a really awkward fashion, and so nothing's come of it. Serotonin's now at 50%. They probably have time for another wave of forcing. Like, yeah, definitely go and try once more. Actually, Serotonin's coming with them this time. I'm not sure about this. They're still on 70%. Like, they're just going to get slammed by pressure for a while. As Nico takes down Ams, and surely Tiger's going to go down here. He's super low. But actually, Mike and Nico are low too, so they do have the space to be pushing out here. Stark is going to try and make space. Lentus jumps up to try and push them back, but there's just too much good presence here. But the soldiers on the Serotonin. Serotonin gets forced on 30%. It looks like he's lagging about a bit, so I'm not sure if that's affecting his gameplay at the moment.
500 ping.
Oh my god, okay. In which case, yeah, probably is. Amps isn't going to be able to achieve much right now. Tiger is going to pick up the frag, but Cadis is still around. It's just really weird push, and Kos has dropped. Like, I'm not sure if Mike was too far forward there, or Kos just completely misclicked, but either way.
He got lunged.
That Uber was completely unsuccessful. Now Kos is getting chased around by Starky. Can he kill? Oh my god, he killed Stark!
That's the second 1v1 he's taken against these scouts of Stark and Ether again. And Stark is not going to be able to live that one down.
Will be kept alive for so
That's
long.
actually given him an Uber advantage as well. That's given him a 20% Uber advantage compared to the Ubers being equal before that. So they're going to be able to push back in here and use it. It's going to be up in about 5 seconds. They're bullying everybody off the point. Salentes bombing deep as well. Trying to get some frags, but Salentes has been kind of put into a bad situation. He's now going to jump back, and they're going to find that frag on Ams back into the healing arms of Kos. They're not going to be able to use the Uber advantage, but they're going to be ticking even more time off the point. They've got a minute advantage now as Cadis and Serotonin come forwards. They need to start putting pressure on. They need a better Uber here. It's slightly better for We Love Chrissy Costanza.
Oh, Nico's in behind. It sees Cadis up in the rock. tries to put the hurt on him, but Serotonin still has some uber left, and Tank gives him the life-saving flash there, and Nico goes down. But Koss is trying to make it through the door frame into spawn. He does get in. Now the blue hurt continues to rain down, but it's just Tiger. He's going to back off. They realise they're a man down and they're defending. They're going to play it smart here. They're going to allow Gros Vache of Valant to come to them.
And come to them they will, as they push in with the faster respawn. Stark still on that sniper. He's going to be sniping from the cliff area. Oh no, he's moving over to China now as he just gets in. Nation's in behind though, and as soon as Stark is called, it'll be Nation's job to get onto him. Hallow's already gone down though, that's a scout. Nation now attempting to get in, but Ether are going to shut that threat down almost instantly. Nico's in onto the medic though, and there goes Serotonin. Koss on 6 health. Will end up getting a health pack as soon as that respawns. No, he's actually just going to take the safe route and go all the way back to spawn there. They did get the point for just a few seconds, so they'll start taking a bit of time off for a little while. Mike's hiding in the house.
He's completely trapped actually. He's only got 16 HP. There was no chance that he could have got out of his house because there were so many people running around, but somehow he managed to get in there without anyone noticing. And now his team's around him. Houston's going to have those crit heals and be shot right up back into contention here. Tiger is caught out. He's facing the double team of Nico and Nation on the sideline. Meanwhile, the Uber fight is surely going to come out here as Cadis goes in for the bomb, but he can't achieve anything. The medic does eventually go down, but where is Koss is the big question.
He's good, he's good. He's
good, homies. He's good.
Juking around Cadis's attempt at aggression there. And they're moving forward. They're going for the forward hold here. Big credit to Hallow actually at the start of that push. Managed to catch Stark right at the moment when Koss was coming into his crosshairs. There's Stark now playing Pyro. Is gonna. Oh, he dropped! The drop! Synced rocket? What was that?
The drop is real. Oh, Koss. Well, did he have the no, he didn't have the pyro with him. So
and the reflect.
The reflect
frag
was it a reflect rocket?
Yes. Onto Silentus as he bombed in there trying to equalize the medic situation. So Stark's still running around on pyro, and Nation's actually in. He's going to be able to potentially reflect some of them as well. Mike with a double frag with the pipes to take down Tiger and Stark there. Sends them both to the spawn queue, and the time is still ticking down. The rest of Wheel of Chrissy Costanza has not managed to cap the point. And so they are going to be.
Just has to get on it.
They're going to be 1-0 down.
He's not going to be able to do it though.
Ross Valant taking a 1-0 lead, and they look in control.
So
easy
wrong.
map, easy map.
We were so wrong.
The 2-0, man, it's real. This best of 3 series could be going all in favour of the King of Squirrels.
Scrolls. Right, either way on this middle we're going to see the aggression being taken by the team with the lead right now. Nation is going to take down Serotonin in the end. Stark on Sniper is just going to be able to take down Mike, but do little else. I think they really need pressure now on Scout tonight, as Nation is going to continue wreaking havoc, but Amps takes down Koss in the backline. Tiger is going to go down, but it's just going to be Amps left alive. He's going to be the last frag picked up, and there might be enough time for them to actually get this cap before the respawners come in.
The double soldier bombs here from Silentus and then Nation following up are doing so much work. They need Ether to play a little more aggressively on the high ground in these mid-fights in order to deny them. Or potentially have Stark as well, but here comes Silentus, gets rocked by an airshot actually.
Serotonin!
Oh, so unfortunate. That medic is going to go down there, and that's the heal and Uber advantage in favour of Gros Vache.
Rollers take out 2 members
Valant.
Rollers take out 2 members of Wheel of Chrissy Costanza, like just spamming across the point. Stark on Sniper. I think although
Nico's behind as well.
Although Stark's lethal on Sniper, they just need his pressure on Scout right now to do anything. Nico behind it is going to take out Amps before going down, but he doesn't take Tiger as well. This is ridiculous. Play from like the back. There's now Cadis is completely out of position. He gets launched sky high. He's going to crater in the end. Stark now pressured by Nation as well, and they're just winning all across the map.
They don't need to do anything here. They've got such a huge advantage. They don't have to chase after that frag onto Serotonin. They're happy to let him escape. The clock continues to tick down. They already have a commanding lead of 1 minute 10 seconds. Now we see our blue team. We love Chrissy Costanza moving forward. They're going to come to their own cliff here. Koss is in position on cliff. He's got Mike and Slenty's with him. The double soldier bomb comes in. Koss, he's managed to hold the charge. He's dropping down onto the low ground, not the Tiger. He pops. He probably could have held it. He does pop. And Tiger is giving the jukes here onto Nation. Nation eventually cleans them up, but I mean, the suicide wave was going in for the force. They got it. Mission complete. Mission accomplished, boys.
Seroton now has his Uber up though, and with Koss only on 20%, they're going to have to try and force this out. Maybe lose control of the point just for a while, but this will be the first control of the point that Chrissy Costanza fan club have had the entire time. Amps is going to jump forward. Had an opportunity there to get onto Koss. They do actually manage to find the frags onto him, Nation, and Mike. So only 3 players alive. They need to just go aggressive here. They know that they're going to get really quick spawns, so you might as well try and trade for a frag. It benefits your team if you manage to take that 1v1 and come out on top. But both of those players just going to back off, wait for Koss to respawn, wait for some heals, and then take position on that cliff area. They need to go for a non-Uber push here. Koss on 26% Uber, Seroton on 50, so Uber's still 20 seconds at least out of the equation, so they can get a load of ground. Amps coming in there for a diving bomb. He's going to manage to pick him up. Is someone going to get the turn, Frag? Yeah, Hallow going in there.
Stark actually now picking up those frags from the cliff. Once he's got space to work with, it's fine. It's just when those bombs come in so fast for Seroton, it's just like, and there's nothing you can do, then it just seems like almost like so much less useful. But when Cadis is doing so much good area now, those frags into Silences just come easy. Tiger does go down in the trade, and now Nation's in the backline. Nation's going to jump straight up to Stark. No, actually, he's just going for Seroton, but doesn't manage to get up to it. Seroton on 60 HP. Holds his Uber, and this is just dragging out on and on, but there's no way that either team is going to be able to get into the other's ranks at the moment. Oh, but Ambus just walks across point. What? Mike just like completely shuts down his denial. Seroton comes forward to try and save Ambus' life, but Ambus is a bit too much of a lost cause right now. He's going to go down. It's just a 1-for-1 right now, but Mike is too far forward. Nico picks up a double kill. Stark with a headshot. This is getting so intense. It looks like Grossfashalon and going to come out with his better in the end. Tiger's back up. He's on 1-1 versus Silent. He's down to 23 HP, but he had the higher ground there, and Silentis had to back off. This fight has gone on for so long now.
Yeah, Silentis tagging Ethog, taking that really weak. He's actually going to get onto the sniper of Stark as well. That's a huge threat neutralized there. And Grossfashalon are going to send Silentis diving in just to distract and try and delay. Tiger juggled so high up in the air. The Crater lands perfectly on the health kit. Well played by him. Mike takes a lot of damage though from Amps. He's just going to back off while still reining in those stickies. Tiger in for more scrappy fighting, and they're just trying to commit as many people as they can to this and see if they can come out on top. It's only Stark left alive. He's been hitting some crazy headshots so far, but Mike's bombed in. He's just got the SMG out. He's trying to go for the frag.
15 HP. Amps surely can finish off. Amps trying to get their last frag onto Koss. He forces the Uber, but it's not going to matter because the point is already capped and the time has hit 0. 2-0. Wow. One more.
It's just too easy here for Grossfashalon. They're really in control of Viaduct.
One more round separates them from being champions.
How would they fare against the chaotic pups?
TBB. The Contic kittens, yeah.
Here comes Tiger around on the enemy China. He's putting quite a bit of damage onto Mike and distracting him as well. But in the meantime, Cadis has got down and so have Stark. Stark's actually switched off to Scout, decided that the sniper just isn't working for them, and Seroton and I'm so deep in, they're just going to get crushed here. Nothing that they can do.
Brutal. This is brutal.
Yeah, that's a massacre on mid.
Parents,
savage, mate.
hide your children's eyes.
This is impressive. Like Koss called it. You might have a smack talk. He said, "Viaduct, man, no problem, easy map." Complete confidence in his team. These guys, they're riding high. They're in the driving seat.
They've switched Stark back over to Scout as well. He's, sorry, switched him back over to Sniper, excuse me. And he's now sniping from China. He's loading up that fully charged body shot, trying to get the peek onto somebody. There's the reply onto Cadis. Stark's still got this one. And in comes Mike, just on top there. But Hallow's going to be the victim of the Stark and Ether combo. Another body shot onto Mike just to knock him off his little pillar. But the time is ticking down and they're having so much difficulty actually contesting the point with that sniper.
I don't know why they're choosing to come back in now. It's still 10 seconds until Seroton gets over. Amps does force it, but they're still far too far forward. The correct jump from MG Mike and Silentis here could get them net them kill. Seroton, he does get it just in time, but can they keep the rest of his team alive? They are going to lose just Ether, but they get Mike in return. Now, they really need to do something with this Uber. Tiger is launched sky high, and Nico will take him down. Silentis goes down in return, but like the 1-for-1, 2-for-2 trades is not what you want from having that like Uber versus no Uber situation that they kind of stalled out for.
This whole time though, the clock is just ticking down. It is all the way red, baby. Gross, Vachevolant are doing work here. This whole like taking the fight to them on their side of the map is actually just yielding so much time for them here. Hades is kind of distracted, but Koss is trying to walk forward there to heal Mike, but actually gets domed by Starkey, and things are finally slipping out of their control. I feel they're gonna have to go back to the drawing board and, you know, team huddle and spawn here, come up with a new plan.
Oh, beautiful 1v1 by Silentis.
2 minutes ticked off the clock though. 1 minute and 7 seconds is all they need to deal with it, and they've got 2 minutes in order to deal with that. I mean, they've got such an advantage in this situation. Mike has bombed in so deep, he's trying to get a pipe onto Serotonin, can't quite hit anything. Another headshot rings out across the map, but not quite sure who that one was on, but the second one was onto Koss. And he's really starting to hit things now. He's getting pressured by Hallow and is going to go down there. And Amps and Tiger are looking for that frag onto the Swedish Scout, but he's just going to run in and destroy Tig.
This is brutal. Every time they get ahead, we love Chrissy Costanza, they just get brutally smashed back. As the Nation is going to get in now and force the pop. Serotonin has to try and save Amps. Silentis has jumped behind for some reason. He's just going to get taken down. Now Amps is looking forward. The frag on Koss. He gets launched sky high. He can't get the final kill though, and Hallow saves Koss. That could have completely won and lost the match. Koss on 15% is now equal with Serotonin, so they can have a fair push back. And, well, leave a scout to build, I imagine, and then try and... Nope, they're not even doing that. They just want to go out straight for this team fight. Vanilla versus vanilla.
Yeah, they're just going to push this non-Ubered. In goes Mike, takes a body shot in mid-air, will go a little bit weak. Nation gets rocked by an air shot, but has done quite a bit of damage to everybody on the cliff. They're just going to stack the point and take the point. Yeah, now they just have to defend though. If they try and take any fights now, they're in a bad situation.
Oh, Amps forces him out a little bit. Stark's going to catch Hallow with a headshot. Silentis is behind on the right hand side. Doesn't get the kit in time, he's super weak there. Ethug's going to turn around and pound him down. Silentis dead, Hallow dead. This is tricky, these guys have 3 per spawns now that they're in control of the point, but they are earning more and more time every second. The point changes hands, but both teams have Uber. You'd have to feel if Gross Vachevolant can produce semi-decent push here.
No.
Oh, no, they changed.
Not again! Not again!
What does it mean? What does it mean?
Surely it must mean that Gross Vachevolant took this final round.
There was like 90 seconds on the clock, it could have been.
Guys, I can confirm that Gross Vachevolant took the final round, made it 2-0 overall, and took the tournament. Server did shut down, and that is all she wrote. Someone complained to the admins.
Tylissa, if you're watching, please remedy this so that the STV doesn't close down before we've seen all the game.
Heartbreaking, but they were definitely the better team there on the day, Gross Vachevolant.
I was totally wrong. And they got demolished.
They got annihilated on Viaduct. That one wasn't even close. But
look at Nico's stats. 4.6 kill assist to death ratio. 28 frags, 9 assists, and only 8 deaths.
Going wild.
Scout map. But yeah, he played it well, He
certainly did, and Stark really was trying as hard as he could on the sniper role, but it just wasn't working out for them. They weren't able to apply enough pressure without those 2 scouts, I think.
It's the first time I've ever seen Cadus bottom of the damage stats in a game. Besides the medics. First time ever.
He's washed up, man. Spud is the new English hero.
Maybe now's the time.
Yeah, now is the time to dethrone him. Maybe Mike will come back on Dimmerman and give up the dream of becoming the best soldier in the world.
Mike's already back on Dimmerman. He's got nothing to prove. He's just won the biggest tournament we've seen in the last hour.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cadus needs to go and play League of Legends for a couple of years, then come back.
Yeah,
to follow the unlock path.
Yeah, everyone will hype him up a lot more when he's off to play League of Legends. They'll miss him. Cadence was so good.
It's the
Cadence
equivalent of it's the equivalent of like martial arts superhero films where they go off to train in the mountains for a while to go and play League of Legends for a year and then come back.
Training montage.
Like the prodigal son, yeah.
So there we go then. Grossvash Volant take the European Gaming Grids Frag Fest number 12 and back themselves $75.
Count it!
It is, that's straight to the bank. Straight to the bank.
Put that on esportsearnings.com.
So,
split between sticks, each person earned $15. Excellent.
They'll be joined, they'll be doing exactly the same again on Wednesday, so you guys can sign up for that. You can easily beat these guys. They're only mixed teams full of washed up Prem players. You heard it here first. If you've got a solid high team or a solid mid team that wants to play high, you guys can crush these guys. It's going to be too easy. Get some experience before season 22. Sign up for the tournaments on Razor Arena. Very well run, very easy to use. And we will catch you next time on Team Fortress TV.
Peace out, folks.
I just want to apologize to all my co-casters and streamer for baiting you into doing this 6-hour cast, especially Sim. We love you, Sim. Please forgive.